Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to the official commentated version of my any percent 344.59 world record. Currently, right now, today, I am joined by JCR, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello everyone, JCR here. Great to be here. Quite a remarkable speedrun we're going to be watching today. The new world record, 344. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah. Later, we will be joined by Zach as well, but he is currently busy with other stuff. Zach won't be here till pretty much the end, but we are more than happy to have the two of us here for now, and then of course Zach when he joins in later. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't really know Super Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario is the third game in the Paper Mario series, the highest selling Paper Mario game. SPM focuses a lot more on its platforming and storyline than it does its technical gameplay and RPG battles like the first two Paper Marios did. And so we'll see a lot of tech smashing because of that in the early game and in later parts as well. But the first kind of 5.5 minutes here is kind of all just tech smashing. You'll notice we're playing on the Japanese Virtual Console version of the game. We play on the Japanese Virtual Console just because faster text, faster loads, and a few extra glitches that are patched on the English Virtual Console version.
Yeah, it's cool how much everything's progressed with this game, where there's actually there's a mod that patches out the I guess we could talk about the crash issue. I believe this run was done on just like a normal version of this game without the crash mod.
Yes.
But it's cool that that's an option now, that you don't really have to worry about it. But basically, if you're playing on this specific version on the Wii U, the Japanese version, there's like a slight chance that the game crashes on some loading screens, like whenever you enter a room. So it's kind of a risk that you just kind of have to play for because it is the fastest version.
However, you are very much rewarded for playing the Japanese version, even without the crash fix, because there is a GBS method, or a way to skip the green bridge in 1-2, that is exclusive to any version that has shot clip, and just that alone saves probably over a minute. And then on top of that, there's just a few other differences or route differences because of that. And so we'll see that in this run very clearly. But yeah, that is kind of just like a basic introduction to SPM speedrunning. I feel like this should be a quick mention here is that the last big commentated world record run was done by Zach, JCR, and EPT Hopper back in, I believe, I don't know if you guys did, I think you guys did in 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was 2020 or 2021, I can't exactly remember. It was, I think it was Zach's, I think it was like a 353 or something like that. I forget what the time was, but...
Yeah. 355.21.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so, after that, we also have the world record history video. So at the end of the world record history video, I believe the world record was a 353.15 by Igurumi. And so, we have come a very long way since then. That is, looking back, that is about a little bit over an 8-minute improvement to the world record. And so, with all the new strats and the run becoming highly optimized, we figured it was a good time to do a commentary over a good run and kind of be able to showcase what this game is all about.
See, you came in like this is like
yeah, that really is that's remarkable. That I mean, on one hand, like it's obviously been a long time since me, Flash, Glitch, everybody made that video, but it's crazy that the time has improved by 8 minutes since then, and it's like there's just so many new strats, and really this game is like probably the most optimized it's ever been.
I played pretty decent until
this run in particular, also, I'm sorry you can pardon my dogs barking, but this run was an absolute spectacle. There was a lot of things that went really well this run, and the 344 was actually not really. I did not predict I was going to get it until I got like the craziest final section of the game, but we'll talk about that when we get there, obviously. But for now, we're just kind of wrapping up prologue. I'm just about to head up Flipside Tower, get the return pipe.
Something crazy like that, and then
I should make a quick mention that I guess while we're currently here and we kind of have a little bit of downtime before we kind of reach the meat of the game, if you're interested in SPM speedrunning and want to learn more, outside of just watching this run, of course, I highly recommend you join the SPM server. I'll link it to I'll link it in the YouTube description, but I will also quickly do get the link in the chat really quickly. I'll pin the message for the stream so you guys will have any quick access to it whenever you guys would like. But
do one run lose to 1.89 mil grind.
Yeah, it's another thing that I know we mentioned mashing, like just pressing 1 and 2 as fast as possible, but like that's
until like I start losing time.
It's not like noticeable, but it is a real time save if you like are very good at text mashing, which Castle is. There's
Dude, Sonic SD is so blessed, bro.
I don't know, there's just like so much text in this game that you could just save time over. There's like, this is one of that prologue segment was mostly text mashing there, so it's like it's really interesting how that goes a long way.
Because it just guarantees a free good SD.
Yeah, there's been a lot of development in text meshing as well. The game and the community has come really far since the last major update to kind of erase the internet, which again was the world record history video. But it is very awesome to see how there's been so many people that have improved. Around the time that Zach got his 355-21 and did the commentary, there was only 2 sub-4s at the time, and now there is currently, I believe, I am double checking this right now. I believe there is 22 sub-4s.
Dude, that's so cool. I didn't know there was that many.
And to add on top of that, there is 5 sub-350s.
There's only been like one time I messed it up, and that's because like
Wow.
So obviously, I'm really satisfied with obviously how far we all come as a community. Continue to get better and better each and every day. The game, and hopefully, as we kind of go through and commentate the rest of this run, you guys will be able to see some of the wonderful things that this game now has to offer. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So yeah, I guess just like that, we now have the flip ability. We'll be using this for a fair number of glitches later in the run as well. But for now, we're just going to use it to collect a few items in Pistovius' house, notably a Shell Shock and a Fire Burst. I opt to skip the Shroom Shake,
probably not.
just because it's a little bit slower to grab and we don't really need to use it anyways. The Shell Shock will be used for a skip later on. The Fire Burst will also be used in pre-chapter 2. A big thing in this game, to just save time, and this is the way it's kind of been since the early speedruns, is you save a lot of time off of prior knowledge.
I still feel like getting the HP plus is so much faster than getting like 3 items.
It's honestly like, I really love how Chapter 1 has progressed like so much since probably over the last like 7 or 8 years. Like it's gotten so fast now, and there's like, I mean, obviously there's RNG in this level that we'll talk about in the next room. There's a big point grind coming up for the Squiglet grind, which I think you want to get around like at least 30k off that grind for any percent.
Yeah,
as many points as you can.
Usually, I think 33, 34k is a pretty comfortable spot where you don't really need to go out of your way for extra points. This point grind in particular was a little weird, but I actually did get a lot of points here. Probably this was the most amount of points I've gotten from the grind in a little while. So you notice I'll do it till I'll bounce on the guys a bunch to grind a bunch of points. You know, I hit 38,000 here, and on top of that, I decided to pick up this mushroom just to assure that my points will continue to be high. I will benefit from this in a few later levels, not just having the bare minimum amount of points that I need to reach my level ups at certain points, but I will also be able to skip getting a few extra points here and there on the run, which will save me a few seconds. And yeah, you'll just notice that, like, as well as I move, I'm moving in 3D. Just kind of skip by all the enemies, all the obstacles. It's just quicker usually. Sometimes you can be really good at rooms and not do it in 3D. But yeah, with that we just finished 1-1. We were able to do it pretty quickly. Not the greatest 1-1 for my standards personally, actually, but this is what works for these runs.
Yeah, for sure. That block that Castle hit right before the squiglet grind, there's like a small chance that you can get a fast flower out of that, which that's like the fastest way to do 1-1, but obviously it's RNG, so some runs you get it, some runs you don't.
I don't think the record for this game will be beat.
I really do like the mushroom or the super shroom as the outcome. Or if I don't get the fast flower, it gives me that extra little 1,000 points like I mentioned earlier, which will lose time in the second, but you'll save the second back in 1-3 when you usually get the mushroom, and you'll have the extra 1,000 points.
What's worse, being
I also should mention this because this is arising in chat, and I know we're neglecting chat a little bit here, which will clear up a little bit as we kind of go on and get through Chapter 1. There's just a lot happening in Chapter 1. Kind of needs to be explained, but just to answer your question, Andy, there has been a few minor route changes between a few tricks, some shop routing, and because of the shop routing, it's different strategies for different boss fights. I don't remember the exact timeline, but we don't pick up items for Francis or the 7-2 Bowser fight anymore. There's one a little bit more...
just never forget that I was the GOAT in my Pip.
There's one that I don't particularly take, or I don't do, with the tonic route, but Zach will explain that one near the end of the run, just to explain the endgame boss fights.
Dude, it's so bad, Stevie. It's like every run is just so.
Yep, and we're coming up on the old classic 1-2 trick, which is that alone has had a number of iterations over the years. We used to do it with a life shroom jump, or we'd get a life shroom from this shop, and then we'd do an LSJ over the gap. But now we're gonna do the modern darkroom GBS method, which is the fastest way to do this.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of break down the movement here. I actually messed up the shop clip here, which is really funny. I thought I was far enough from the wall. I should have been on that one, but... So I just realign. I'm going to line up with the seam with this wall. Going to run to the left, do a weird few set of jumps. When I get over here, I'm going to flip. I'm going to run to the right until I reach the sign. Close the sign text box and flip. Push right to align with the sign. I'm going to press up, and then I kind of messed it up, so I had to tap down my unhome menu, but... climb up this vertical seam and jump right over the gap. This trick is absolutely crazy. It's not only is it crazy, but it's also I figured out a way to optimize it a lot. It's not perfect. There is other even harder ways of doing this that are slightly faster, just not really worth it in an RTA run.
What happened though was I was like so far in the wall,
but
and it clipped me back.
GBS has a whole thing where you could probably make like its own like 30-minute, like to an hour long video.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But that was a really, really good 1-2. And, you know, in a 1-3, there's like a lot of tricks back to back in this level once you get to the last couple of rooms. And then we're also fighting the first mini-boss of the game as well.
Yeah. I should also point out, you'll notice I get the fast flower and pick up a few things to get a few extra points. I didn't have to kill very many enemies because I already had a lot of points, but it's a small little thing to note there. Even coming up right here, 1-3 probably has some of the most tricks out of any of the levels in the entire run. A lot of smaller tricks. One of them here, we're going to do an enemy double jump, so we don't have to go up there and hit that blue switch you saw on the left. jump, bounce off him as we take 3D damage to drop him, jump off him. And now we are gonna go on to O-Chunks.
Oh man, just give me good O-Chunks and this should be fine.
Good old O-Chunks. This is your favorite fight of the game, I've heard.
Oh boy. Yeah, O-Chunks is the first kind of mini boss fight of the run. O-Chunks is really difficult because he has a few attacks that can make you lose a lot of time if you get hit. And so it's very important that not only do we have to do O-Chunks fast, we also want to get points by stylishing on him. So what I'm going to do here is pick him up, jump, toss him in the corner. I'm going to do a little double hit on him here. We're going to do multi bounces off him while stylishing to stay in the air, and 2, just kind of stay above him so that we can combo him. And lucky for me, this was actually a really good O-Chunks fight. I got all the points I needed, and he was taken out pretty quickly. There is an attack he does where if he throws you, you instantly lose 20 seconds. Usually for me that's a reset, but gladly we don't see that in this run.
Double hit at the beginning is such a godsend.
That was an awesome fight. That was really good. I love that beginning strat at the start of the fight. And then this next room right here, again, just another trick. Ice Churble skip. Going to intentionally take damage. The Churble is going to be high up in the sky that we can reach the door. And there we go. And then we're on to the final trick of this level, which is blue pedestal skip. There's this, the star block is hidden behind that statue at the end of the room there, but there's a very tiny ledge that we can land on, and if we continue to hold up, just keep our momentum, we can just flip back to 2D right under the star block, and there we go.
Wow, I'm gonna get 253 without flower. That's so good.
So this is blue pedestal skip, and it's over. So basically what happened here...
And it's over.
Wow. That was
classic.
Yeah, that was probably one of my... I think that was probably my best ever 1-3.
I think that was like
I got a really good split. I think that was like a 253 split or something with no flower, and that's like the best of the best you can really get with that. So gladly, we actually do have a quick break before our next kind of skip on 1-4. We're going to see 2 kind of major tricks here. And so we're going to kind of see those done, but we can just kind of like enjoy these few moments of peace before we go and destroy the game again.
1-4 is the most peaceful level ever.
It was, Stevie.
It really is.
At least in Chapter 1, yeah.
1-3 I've ever gone.
Yeah.
There's a little small trick I'm going to do in this next room. With locked doors, if you use throw and then quickly open the lock, you actually don't have to wait for throw to go in the door, so you'll just instantly go through the door and just walk through. We're just coming up on this trick here, key early. Corner clip onto the sand, narrow your way along the seam onto the left side of the room. Do that neat 3D movement, flip, and pick up the key. This trick saves about 20 seconds. It was found by Flash and JCR back in 2019, along with a few other community members who kind of tested and toyed around with it.
The home for key early incident.
As part of, it was one of the first ever discoveries made that kind of snowballed into a lot more discoveries.
I say September.
It really was, honestly. There used to be, like, when we first started the Discord, we used to have a channel called, like, Wish List, which used to be, like, kind of like our theories channel, where we would, like, come up with ideas on, like, different skips. And one of the things I posted was that I used, like, Dolphin Free Cam to see that the key was still loaded in, like, before you hit that switch. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we could, like, get this key early. And then eventually we did one day, which is really cool.
Make the SPM house. You know, probably shouldn't make that joke, actually. That's a little bit of a bad taste joke.
Yeah, so a lot of SPM tricks are actually just random things that people accidentally found, or just kind of theories of kind of what we think could happen in the game. And so I think we've been fortunate enough to have some really good skips that not only save a lot of time, but skip very, very annoying portions of the run. Now, 1-4 is not necessarily one of those cases where it's like, there's really only one other room you have to do.
I got you, by the way.
Where you usually, there's a little old trick you do, 90%, where you'd climb a ladder, drop off the ladder, and use throw to hit a switch. very minor
I know,
time
I
save,
just
but
spent $8.
it's about as annoying as 1-4 got. And so now we're just kind of done with the 1-4 level, and we're just gonna head on to kind of like the first main boss of the run, Fractale.
Gotta appreciate the time I have with my good buddies right now.
We love 40-second cutscenes where we do nothing.
There's a lot of them in this game, unfortunately, but
Dude, Stevie, I can't wait for my mission. Actually, like I cannot wait to like everyone.
It's cool how this fight's even more optimal now than from the last time we did like a commentative bit. I think like even since the SPM history video, I think 3D flips were after that, which is cool.
Really exclusive. I might just I'll probably just post hey, if you want to be on my email.
yeah. So we'll see a few stress on Fractale here, but for now we can kind of just enjoy this little bit more downtime we have. We will have a lot of downtime on the next segment, Enter Chapter 2, so ought to enjoy the fun we're having right now.
I was telling Flash this, that he has to keep me updated on all things SPM.
Control Alt Delete.
Oh, and if you get the
Control,
world
Alt,
record,
Delete.
I will send you a personal video in the weekly email being like, yo, congratulations.
I am error.
Getting the world record. Dude, Stevie, I'm
So
not
now,
gonna lie,
you'll see,
I love
this is
the
just kind of a
video
40-second,
very much. I'm trying to
pretty much playable
really feel
cutscene
like a week-long social media fast.
where Fractale kind of flies around, bees all intimidating, and then charges you. You get hit, you really only take 1 HP, but it at least makes the boss fight seem at least a little bit intimidating.
I'm not saying that's what I'm doing right now, obviously, but I kind of want to try. It's true. I'm trying to get close.
The strat that you see Castle doing is just setting up the 3D meter so that we
I could be reading, the
take damage and then we can just land right on the platform here and start the cutscene. Much faster.
So it's there's lots of reading to do, so it's better to do that.
Something kind of small here is I'll kind of line up with this yellow flashing line to make these guys spawn. I'll spawn 3 of them. As I jump in to catch the first guy, there will be 1 guy behind me spawning so I can get one ready for the next phase. I kind of line up Fractale's body with the heart and the HP meter. This third little spike, I just mash A to flip. This gives me that guy gives me just enough
Honestly, Steve,
distance and
I
height
changed so
to
much since we were,
re-jump on the tenant without having to wait for the guys to spawn and throw. The dudes at him.
I feel like, I know,
Fractals.
obviously, we all have.
So I'll do this twice. Thankfully we hit both first try.
I feel like me more than.
And Fractale is done. Fairly easy boss fight. I think it's really neat actually that the very first boss fight in the game has its own unique strategy that isn't just
How's your run going, Owen? Are you streaming?
piling on a bunch of damage, which is kind of what we do for a lot of the other boss fights in the game, but with that, Chapter 1's pretty much done. So we'll be moving on to the next section of this run. Overall, pretty solid Chapter 1. I believe I leave with like a 24:00 here, which is a very, very good time.
It's how it happens.
I am behind my former PB at this point, but my PB does start with an advantage with a fast flower, because my 346 had a fast flower, so you'll see me being behind here for just a little bit longer.
That's almost as good as the SPM any% shooting for 344.
When you the 3D meter goes down about the same speed if you home menu, because you have to let the home menu open still, and so because of that, we just kind of let it drain by itself.
Oh my days, that crisp 1037 my timing.
Yeah, the home menu is definitely useful. I think we'll see Castle use it definitely on a later trick, just for like buffering the final input if we need to take damage for a specific reason.
24:00 is pretty good. I saved a lot of time in whatchamacallit 1-3, which
so now we're on
3 runs I've gotten out of Chapter 1.
pretty much the most boring section of this run. But I feel like if there's anything that should be explained about the future of this game, there's a certain thing you can kind of do here in pre-Chapter 2 that could technically allow you to sequence break all the way into Chapter 8.
Ooh, he cheating.
Yeah, it's something really cool about this next cutscene is like there is an opportunity to change the
Yo, I have
sequence of your game to Chapter 8 right in this exact room that you see here. So this is technically 8-1, and this room in particular, we're going to move to the right and enter a door, but on top of the ledge, just to the right of the door, we can float across that and go in a pipe. And by collecting a key that's down that pipe, that would change our sequence position to an 8-1 state. And it is really cool, and I believe it would save time in like other categories if it was found. Obviously, we don't have a way to get up on top of the ledge as of right now, but if it were found, in order to beat the game, I think there's certain pixels and characters. I think we would need to unlock Bowser and Fleep, and I believe Tippy to complete the game in that state. But it's cool that that's like truly it is still a possibility that one day that could be found and change the game entirely.
Always remembers to prime sub to me, and that is
Yeah, so the game could go from about 3.5 hours long to just over an hour long, theoretically, if
I need to judge this.
if the skip were indeed found.
Buddy, my
And
was
so
actually the wall and still has
there's
it.
a lot, and I mean like a lot, that has to happen to make this possible. So let's say you can get up to the ledge, which we can. You can only do with hacks. Get the key, find a save block, save, and then reset your save file. Unfortunately, we have access to Peach until we switch away, and then we only have access to Mario. And so with that, we pretty much have Mario and Throw. We can go and collect Boomer, Boomer, Slim, and Dottie. However, doing this kind of puts us in a weird position where we really can't get any of the things we need, but like Bowser, Fleep, and Carrie, or not Carrie, Tippy.
Wow, you have 3
And so
3, bro. This is the easiest comparison I've seen in my entire life.
it's kind of sucks that it's not exactly possible, even if we found a way to do that skip. And so obviously there's a lot that needs to be done, but there's 2 points where we can sequence break back that are known of currently. One is in 2-1 when we pick up the first key, and the other one is in 3-4 by refighting Francis. However, 2-1, although that would skip this part of the, it would skip most of pre-chapter 2. Still wouldn't be faster. We wouldn't have Peach or Tippy, so we get stuck at 2-4. And so there's a lot that needs to happen. And one day, if the skip is ever discovered, it'll be really exciting to see what that does for a few SPM categories. Just unfortunately, we won't be able to apply it to any percent as it stands.
Dude, this run is weird. I have 57,000.
Yeah, it's honestly like one of the coolest things about this game that isn't like technically possible yet, but it is cool that there is a sequence break possibility, and that would also mean like, you know, maybe one day we'll find like a different sequence break elsewhere in the game. I mean, I don't know if any of the skips we have would count as sequence breaks. Maybe some of the pixel skips would. I don't know, but
you're good on points.
It's just really cool that that's a possibility. So
yeah, this will make it a bit.
Anyways, with that dream kind of discussed and kind of explained, we are now, you'll notice we just cooked a Fireburst, the same one we picked up in Bastovius' house. We just used this Fireburst to make a spicy soup, and we're going to force feed it to Peach while she is asleep. Some legendary hero we are, right guys?
What's
your no flower gold?
also, yeah, that Fireburst was the item that we picked up in Bastovius' house. Like Castle mentioned, prior knowledge is just like it's a way to save time in so many areas in this game. In 2-3, just by knowing the codes, we can beat that level in like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes.
A lot of prior knowledge is pretty much just used to kind of like set up for the rest of the run. We'll see this. We'll kind of see this like in lesser ways in later levels.
That was like a goated 1-3.
This is one of the more notable ones.
Like the 3-1X.
From,
like
or at least at least in my opinion.
Yeah, my gold is like I think it's a 257.
Also, I do want to round about to this question in chat. Flip side, you can use the return pipe at any point in Chapter 8, I believe. Like, that's outside of a boss fight. I know you can do it at least in 8-1.
It's a 24-3X.
After you, I know I know you can use it up until at least 8-3, and probably 8-4 as well until before Black.
I think the Dimentio chase in 8-3, I think that doesn't let you return pipe, but outside of that, the rest of the level does, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh my god, I'm just playing so bad right now.
It's just pick percent, don't worry. It's not you.
Alright, so now we kind of have Peach. The best part about having Peach is switching away from her and not having to use her for the first few minutes we have her. We're just heading out to Flipside Outskirts here to put the second Pure Heart in the pillar. We will see just like a very minor skip that saves a decent amount of time. Throw actually has a lot of skips tied in with him, which is kind of neat because he's the first pixel, and he seems really useless, but we're gonna pick up one of these squigs, and then we're gonna toss it onto a ledge here, jump off it, and reach the heart pillar, which allows us to avoid switching to Peach and doing a whole platform climb as well.
Dude, you actually had a lot of points.
I know.
That skip has been around for quite a while. I actually don't know who found that.
It might have been DSY.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to hit the troll despair on this next split.
What's the next split?
2-1. Man, what is this 536 on your splits? That ain't real.
Off we go to Chapter 2, and 2-1 is a level that has advanced quite a bit over the last couple years. Obviously, there's a boomer skip that we'll talk about that's been around for a while. But there's a relatively new skip in the second or third, I guess technically third room of this level, but we can actually hit a blue switch in a background much earlier than intended, and that skip's having to walk in the background. That room used to take a good bit of time, but it's much faster now.
Dude, me when I look at your fucking 324,
Yeah, so we'll be using a glitch called a Z jump.
I don't know what happened.
So a Z jump is kind of an interesting glitch where
Dude,
you notice that sometimes when you flip, there won't always be ground under you. And so we abuse this by kind of like duck jumping.
I was so blessed that I didn't get the bend waves.
And this allows us to kind of weirdly move Mario's Z position farther back. And in certain areas, it allows you to kind of go out of bounds.
I ain't walking.
And so by abusing this in the next room, you'll kind of see it as we go. But by using it in the next room, we kind of clip out of bounds just far enough to where we can hit the blue switch in the background.
The split, like not they don't. I'll explain in a second. I gotta do the 2-1 real quick.
We'll just kind of see the setup here.
The split time instead of the
All right, I duck jump under the skooma, line up with the second to last flower, hold up left, Z jump to the right. You don't have to home any, but I find it a little bit easier. Kind of maneuver my way past these enemies, flip these last two flowers. Kind of hold down left to get a good angle here. Push against that spin platform to get my position right, and jump into the background and follow bounds to get in the right position and blue switch. and respawn right by the door.
And that's it.
It's a fairly complicated trick, but once you kind of understand it, it's fairly easy to perform.
3 splits, that's all you
It
need.
just takes a little bit of practice.
That was so stupid.
Enter 2 has to be its own splits.
Yeah, those Z jumps are so cool. It's like one of my favorite things in this game now. There's probably, I wouldn't doubt that there's like other uses for it that haven't been found yet. But there's already like a lot of really cool tricks with it now.
Man,
Well, JCR, I think you should have the honor of explaining Boomer Skip. You were the first person to do it RTA.
That is true. That is a true statement. First, we just jumped off the Jabba's head to reach a set of doors faster, so shouts out to that. Castle's going to use the shell shock and turn it into a big shell shock, and we're just going to pick it up with throw. And by flipping into 3D, we can actually toss it into this hole, and it'll land on top of the ledge and hit the switch above, which is like... I remember when that was found, Mohawk found that trick, and it's like so cool that I don't know, it's still like one of my favorite tricks to this day, because I like saw it that morning and then I went on console and just was able to do it. It's really cool, because that only used to be done with a LSJ before.
I should say like half a second here.
It's only been done one time in a run with a live stream jump by I'm Dead. Only one time
Shout out
ever.
I'm Dead.
Oh, shout out to the accidental save there, wow.
I'm going to lose time in...
Oh, dude, this guy said, dude, this could have been like a 344.58. What are we doing?
It could have been 344.58 into the last split too, but I sold.
I buffer the input, that was my fault.
It could have been a 344.57, bro.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
No, it's
But yeah, Boomer Skip saves about a minute and 15 seconds.
And I'm back it
It was originally the shell shock method was found by Mohawk back in 2019 on, I think it was May 3rd.
Yeah, I believe so.
I hated that thing.
Dude, the back curse in Chapter 8, that was a bad one.
Could have been a 339 if you just go a bit more.
I got hit and chased by a back.
Lily, you should have said that like way sooner instead of in Chapter 8, by the way. Maybe I would have just golden every split and gotten the first ever sub 3.
Dude, the 4-4 was so devious. Dude, I was so scared. I made sure that I floated across that whole room with Peach.
So now we're just kind of in 2-2. We need to pick up a key at the top of this room. So we just kind of let this thing fall on us, hit us twice, and then we'll flip.
I didn't even crash on Bowser.
Yeah, and actually, like, letting this thing hit the ground, even though we take damage from it, it's technically faster. Just, I think the animation continues to play during the flip.
Subway was so funny.
I really want to, but I just don't see it actually happening.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a pretty chuddy 2-2, but that last part was pretty decent.
Just as in sweet 3D movement, we skip a pretty large portion of the level, like that. And so now we're just gonna do a fun little glitch. It's one of my favorite glitches in the entire game, where you just get to jump through the dog's head.
Ooh, I didn't jump on the dog. I ran right
Its big
It's
head
so
doesn't
cool.
have any actual collision. It's just its small little body.
Yeah, the small body and the spikes up top. I actually found that out the hard way during one of my pace runs.
the hardest level of the entire run.
But yeah, you could pretty much just jump like right in between those. It's really easy.
My PB.
Dude, jail code loses so much sometimes.
JCR, it seems like you find out a lot of things out the hard way in your marathon runs.
Yeah, I have a really good track record. Just wait till we get to 8-3. I got a really great story.
Let's see. I lose about
One of the best
7.1
clips in S-Team history,
seconds
wow.
there. 7.1 in 2-3, and I only lose like 5
Alright, so
on 7-3.
the fun thing about SPM
Confirmed
right now is that I feel like almost every single level has some sort of neat trick that allows you to save a little bit of time. And so this level 2-3, if you've played this game, you probably hate this level. You have to grind for 1 million rubies, figure out the vault code by grinding out a few rubies and finding out the code and then putting the code at the top. We can skip most of that. We can even include in getting Slim here. It's called Slim Skip. How, crazy name for Skip and Slim, I know. But
Whoa.
we'll actually see, we'll see one of the earliest uses of Z-jumps in the game, right here. We actually do a Z-jump to kind of like weirdly clip through the lasers. Do it for the first one and the second one. And now, I'm going to walk up to this vault and put in my social security number.
Oh. Dang.
So if anyone wants to see my identity, it is definitely, my social security number is definitely 412262816.
Like, there's a few runs that I did for, like, lesser speed games. Like
But yeah, just by knowing the vault code, we can get 1,000,000 rubies just like that, and the level's pretty much over. And you might have noticed Castle, like, went into a door and exited the door. That wasn't a mistake. That was actually to reset the laser cycles just to make it a little faster. And now we just talk to Mimi, and once this cutscene is done, the final part of Slim Skip...
The hardest part of Slim Skip, too.
Truly it is. It's to get past these iron bars without using Slim, and there's a really weird jump that we have to do. Kind of jump at the top left corner of these bars, and we just phase through, and there we go.
If it wasn't obvious, I'm really happy I got it first try. And I gold that split too, by the way.
Let's go.
And so, just like that, we're kind of done. You'll notice that every single time we skip the pixel too, it gives it back to us.
So hard that you actually just missed the jump from the coin block up.
You can see my chat popping off too about the first try jail clip. We have agreed that jail clip is the hardest trick in Super Paper Mario. There's no trick that even comes close to its difficulty. It's so awful.
Okay, please. You know what comes now? The 2-4 crash.
I feel like Chapter 2 is honestly really chill. It's like one of the... There's obviously like a couple skips here and there, but it's nothing like... Nothing too crazy. Obviously, you know, you have to get Boomer skip and all that, but 2-4, we're really just going through 2 sets of mazes here until we end up fighting Mimi in the final room.
Did you know you can crash during the Luigi intermission?
Yeah, Chapter 2 luckily has
like
not too many like skips compiled together, whereas a lot of it's just kind of like you'll see us do like the Z jumps in early 2-1, and then we're skipping the end of 2-1, and then 2-2 doesn't really have anything that like tricky. It's just kind of like a weird 3D movement.
That's pretty decent.
And then 2-3 obviously a slip skip. Nothing really fancy here in 2-4. You'll see me do a little bit of fast movement around the maze to kind of go and find Merle. But besides that, yeah, Chapter 2 is pretty chill. It's really nice because Chapter 3 is kind of where this run starts to get really insane.
What do you have?
We'll see the 2 biggest glitches in the game used in the last level of Chapter 3. We'll save that for then, though. We'll just see me, wow, missing the jump onto the question mark blocks.
Dang.
There's literally nothing you do about 7 years of mushroom. Like, it's more, wow. It's not 7 years, it's like 8 or 9 years at this point.
Making our way through the maze.
44 from the fast flower. I'll take it, dude.
That's pretty good. I think as long as you get like 35,000, it's pretty good.
By the way, I'm eating chips, so if you guys hear me crunching, I apologize. I've been trying to mute every single time I've been eating.
I'm not gonna get like the bonus outside the text box and the version. Actually, I don't have to do 1-3 grind probably, right? No,
I would do it. You should.
Oh, you do it? Okay.
Their sea salt and malt vinegar chips are pretty
You might
good.
reach 60k auto chunks, which is good.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I guess
another very long cutscene in this room.
If you go to like
So,
if you get anything above 60K,
you know,
you don't need to do
when
it.
I was younger,
Below, I'd say like
I always noticed
60K.
that girls always seem to walk into the bathroom in groups.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And for a very, very long time, it confused me. And, you know, you're always thinking like, man, what could they be doing in there? Like, talking about boys, doing their makeup, potentially using the bathroom, but probably not.
Just do like a full jump.
And so, we're lucky enough to have the inside perspective from this game, alright?
You said yeah as I watched.
Because Super Paper Mario shows us that the real reason that girls always go into the bathroom together is because they have game shows.
I get it.
And then just walk right.
This is why you see fights erupt.
Yeah.
Just trust the process.
Yeah, we got to mash through like 5 different questions here, and it asks us at the end to pick which Merle's the real one. It's always going to be the one on the left. I think you only lose like a couple frames by getting the question wrong, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, get on the bed, Mario. What the hell?
That is indeed the 60s. I think it's the 65th, the 66th annual That's My Merle game show. So just for the Mimi fight, you'll notice that Mimi's invincible just for the first hit. Hit her again. She loses her shield. You'll notice that on every hit, I kind of bounce off her once and then bounce off her again, typically.
No,
take a bad one.
Oh man, bad.
These little double hits save a decent amount of time if you get all of them. Unfortunately, I kind of messed it up a few times. I will reach my 60,000 level up, which will be an attack level. Just something to mention here, important to note, is that every level up you alternate between HP and attack. So, like I said, that last one is an attack one, which is the important one we want entering Chapter 3. We want 60,000 points for the upcoming boss fights. There's 4 boss fights in Chapter 3, 3 of which we want 60k. And this will help us out a lot. That's why I did the point grind earlier. But with that, we are done with Chapter 2. There actually is another theoretical sequence break you could do on the Mimi fight, which is it's very possible to do. You could actually do it. You could probably do it RTA, but unfortunately,
Yeah, it's got like a 612.
it crashes the game. You can kill Mimi twice. And if you double kill Mimi in the spider form, then you will sequence break into 8-2. However, due to the way the game, or due to the cutscenes that play directly after you defeat Mimi, the game crashes. I believe since it expects to play the cutscene that follows after defeating Mimi in 8-2, and you're in 2-4 instead, it doesn't play correctly, and so it doesn't really know what to do, and it crashes the game.
I skipped that shit. I missed it. I'm like, I don't care. Dude, I have so many points.
It's so crazy that this game has like multiple
So funny.
possible sequence breaks, sequence manipulation things, but there's just like a couple things that are wrong, or like the game will crash, or we can't get up to the ledge, so we'll never really know. Like, I don't know. It's cool that like you can definitely mess with the sequence position in this game, but we just haven't really found an RTA trick yet. But I have no doubt that like it would not surprise me one day in the future if there was one for this game.
Yeah, so you can enter all the previous levels that you have unlocked, or that you have, or that you would have unlocked if you played the game normally. The game opens the doors based on your sequence position rather than actually having the pure hearts. There's not really, I don't believe there's actually a check for if you have a pure heart or not. So particularly the one in 7-4, that one has to do with cutscenes that are like cutscenes and important items that you're supposed to get when you regularly play the game. Those are less, I think those are a little bit less based on sequence positions than they are just kind of certain flags.
I'm so bad.
But yeah. In the Luigi intermission here, we just kind of run to the left, trying to escape. We kind of run into a corner here, and this Goomba named Gary gets hypnotized. Hit the line. Gary, no!
Rip that Goomba.
Shut up, Gary.
I'm definitely losing time here. I've just like missed like 3 text boxes at this point.
Oh my god, I just...
Gary's not the trigger, you got hypnotized. Did you shut out on the ICS?
I thought I missed it for a second, because I grabbed really late, but it worked apparently. It's okay, I won't miss BPS this time. Thank goodness, dude. Oh, this is such a chuddy 1-3.
So just up here, there actually is like a minor escape you can do up here that isn't like... It doesn't save a lot of time, so don't go for it, but you can do Z jumps up here to drop down without taking any of the elevators, but it doesn't save a lot of time, and if you miss it, you lose a lot. So I just opt to jump off the side. That's pretty useful. From this point onward, it's actually faster to jump off the right side of the tower instead of taking the main elevator. For later sections, we will just straight up jump off the tower using a few glitches.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think you're the only.
But we're just gonna make our way to the third heart pillar. Some flip side outskirts here.
It's pretty. It's not that it's bad. I think a 24-9 is still a really good run, but it's like it's just not good enough for me.
Yeah, this is a pretty chill
in any percent.
Yeah.
Pre-chapter intermission. There's not too much going on here. There's only going to be one thing that we're doing. After we put the pure heart in the pillar, we're going to go get a certain item that will pretty much be our entire coin route for shop-related stuff.
I was an LSJ warrior, so it's like...
Think like this. The item that we're going to be getting is the HP Plus, which sells for 400 coins. And so what this does is it cuts out picking up a lot of items and selling a lot of items later on in pre-chapter 5. This will allow us to hit the pipe from flip side to flop side. It's pretty much like if Elon Musk gave you his credit card and said, "Here, buy anything you need."
Dude, it looks like the frog shot 2 coconuts.
And so this is kind of actually where we have a small route convergence, where you can actually do a slightly different coin route and avoid buying a few items, but it makes the route quite a lot harder and a little bit more RNG dependent. And so I just opt to go for HP Plus because it's just easier, a lot more consistent, and makes a few boss fights a lot easier. So we kind of just do some neat 3D movement to just like walk. It's not even like out of bounds, to be honest. It's literally just you walk up and the wall just isn't there. We return pipe and enter chapter 3.
You going to 3-1 right now?
Yeah, I only lost like 0.3. Let's easy time save next run.
Yeah, is that?
Dude,
I was like doing key earlier.
Chapter 3. This is
Zach's like the chapter 8.
some might say this is where the run really begins.
Only one of us can be the castle warrior, though. Or like, dude, my camera. If I like move, it's like you guys get
crazy.
You actually can barely see me.
Like mentioned before, there's going to be a lot of boss fights coming up in chapter 3.
Just to protect the lens.
And obviously the main one is going to be with this guy Francis at the very end. Steals Tippy and kind of just like disappears away. And now we have to find our way through the bit lens alone, try to figure out where she is. This bush talked to us. It's called Berry Skip. I missed it in my 426. That was pretty sad. I got that piggy. So now we're just gonna switch to Peach and Boomer to kind of do some neat floating over from this block to a pipe that pretty much allows us to skip the whole level.
I hate when you hit the little like double tap for Peach's feet because you know that you only barely made it. Like top 10 scary.
Yeah, the flip side and flop side pipe saves quite a lot of time. Mirror Hall is very slow. You have to go down an elevator, Do the movement all the way around.
Run again at some point. I did upload my other one before my computer.
Something small you might have noticed there is that I had a really slow text box. That was actually on purpose. Certain text boxes you close out fast. You actually have to wait longer than if you just delayed it. And so by delaying it, it just allows the cutscene to move a little bit faster. Listen, I don't know what happened with that guy at the very beginning. I've never seen that happen where you like jump and take damage from the same thing and get knocked back.
It's not like when you kick it.
Very particularly odd.
One of those times, like I didn't kick it, I just jumped on it to stop it.
And so, we kind of have our first boss fight of Chapter 3. Bowser. We'll be using Boomer to take out Bowser. This is why we want a 60k, because it allows this boss fight to take only 4 hits instead of, I believe, 6. Actually, no. I was thinking maybe 8, but it's actually 7. 7 hits if you do not have 60,000. And so that'll save quite a bit of time here.
Yep, much faster. That was a really good fight too. Those I think those patterns are like mostly consistent. It's just like whether or not he breathes fire or jumps towards you. It's a little bit RNG, but played it really well there.
It was definitely one of the weirder patterns I've gotten. Bowser can be very frustrating sometimes, but you can just lose time to bad RNG. Fortunately, it all worked out here. And so Bowser is going to join our party. We'll be using Bowser for tons of boss fights because Bowser has double damage compared to Mario and the other heroes. And just like Peach, as soon as we get Bowser, we switch back to Mario.
You know, it's like, it's kind of crazy, like, that both of us have just had, like 3 or 4 runs in a row with just really good points. Yeah. That was such a chuddy 3-1 wow. Yucky, that's a gross 355. Don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
So 3-2, we're going to be getting a very important pixel as well as a very important item for the rest of this run.
And then lose it all 3-3, but yeah.
It's also the only water level of the game.
Is this the run with
yeah, true.
This is the run with 329.
And so you may be thinking, like, wow, the water level, there must be, like, nothing interesting to this level. Boy, if you thought that, you were wrong. You'll notice that I jump out of the water quite often, just to kind of, like, keep myself out of the water, keep momentum.
If I get, like, a 323...
You'll notice that I'm also walking instead of swimming. Walking is ever so slightly faster than swimming in the water for whatever reason.
I may have just got a 741. What the hell?
Oh, dang.
There is actually an out-of-bounds clip in that first room. It's really cool. You can use it with throw, I think. Or I guess you could technically take 3D damage as well, but you could clip out of bounds in 3D early in that room, and then by jumping out of the water a specific way, you can basically trick the game to think that you're like no longer in water, and you can walk with like normal running speed. It's just like the out of bounds clip is just like way too weird to get it consistently every time. So it's I don't even know how much time it would save first try.
But yeah, it allows you to walk underwater at like a normal pace. So it's very, very nice.
Alright.
This room is like the hardest room in the entire game, pretty much. Notice the blooper kind of moves like left and right. I got really lucky here that the blooper moved. He didn't go like upright completely. He kind of sunk back down into the left a little bit. So I was able to nick him with Bowser's fire, but sometimes it'll go all the way upright and you have to struggle to hit him. But luckily enough, that didn't happen.
Teddy, you're gonna like help, bro. You a dog.
Now, in these last 2 rooms, or last 3 rooms, I guess, we picked up 2 very, very important items and pixels. So the gold bar will be helpful later. Kind of explain it more in 3-4. And Thudley will be helpful for quite a few boss fights because you get double attack with Thudley as well. And so when you pair that double attack with Bowser, you're doing about 4 times as much damage as you would with a regular hit with
Teddy is just Thudley's cousin.
the other heroes.
That's what we've been missing this whole
But Thudley will also be used in the next level for a very interesting infinite jump glitch called Thudley
He
jumps.
also has like a secret like.
So Thudley jumps were found by the Wario, I believe in 2011.
And then Chadley.
Yeah, 2011, 2012, something like that.
And so by using Thudley
I don't know, Teddy.
and canceling a ground pound, there's one frame where Mario is considered standing, and you can press the A button to flip between dimensions.
Good RNG and pip percent.
And so
Because you are.
by doing that, you can do a Thudley jump. Using Thudley jumps, you can chain them together to get infinite height. It's a very similar principle to how a life stream jump works.
Yeah, it's similar to a life stream jump. The thing that's nice about Thudley jumps is that if you do miss one, there's ways that you can still save your progress. You can keep attempting the trick over and over again. It's really about getting the rhythm down. There's like, I think it's 4 frames in between canceling your ground pound and pressing the A button. So they're pretty difficult. I'd say it's like the most difficult barrier to entry, just because there's one trick in 7-4 that saves like 7 minutes if you just can do 4 Thudley jumps in a row. So that's like, that would be the main reason to learn them for starting out. But
and so
it's cool. Still one of my favorite tricks in this game.
Yeah, so although Thudley jumps do save a lot of time, it's very hard because Thudley jumps Thudley jumps are a frame perfect trick. So it's kind of difficult to really use them all the time without messing up, but we're going to quickly see a interesting way right here that we're going to use Dudley for this fight. So we're going to breathe down with fire. We're going to line up right here with this piece of core on the ground with Mario.
No.
I got really unlucky there that guy kind of hit me the way he did, where it kind of stopped me from using Dudley on that tentacle just below the surface. So I did lose a little bit of time to that, but overall, pretty good fight. And it kind of saves time from waiting for the red tentacle to kind of come up. There was also an old strat where we'd flip into 3D and wait for the red tentacle to come up. The tentacles will come up so you don't leave the fight. No, you can't leave the fight. And so you can manipulate it so the red tentacle goes there. Fast. That method is fairly faster. You save about 12 seconds, I believe.
Play good. Okay, it's lock-in time.
And so we're coming up on one of the craziest levels in this run. Chapter 3-3, up in a tree, climbing the Great Dotwood tree. And so here you're going to watch me use Thudley jumps in a multitude of places. Like right there, to save a significant amount of time.
Oh man, this is a cracked outside.
That was a really good outside.
Yeah, I was very happy with how this 3-3 turned out. And so our next kind of trip coming up here is Tree Skip.
Honestly, one of my favorite skips in this game. I love the fact that we can skip the inside portion of this tree now. I remember when we used to have to climb it normally, it's doable, it's just really annoying with all the enemies. You're going to see Castle do another Thudley jump there just to save some time. And by using an alignment off of this pipe here, we're kind of looking at Mario's feet, and if we line up in the right spot, we go to the right side of this room in 3D. We'll actually be able to place Boomer, and he'll just fall through the brown blocks, and we can hit the switch below. And that is Tree Skip.
It's a very similar principle to Z jumps, or at least this specific setup. There's been quite a few methods done over the years. That one just allows the pipe to push you just far enough, like into the wall that you can drop Boomer down. And so the original method was discovered by Mohawk. Mohawk has found a lot of great skips in this game. And so...
That's the chuddiest 3-2 ever. Oh my god, I'm gonna get like an 8.9 or something.
Oh man,
I know, that fire should have hit him. I was really upset about
that should have worked, man. That's crazy.
I could probably actually save time here if I get a really good red blend.
So the original tree skip method was found by Mohawk and was kind of just like... You had to take...
Dude, it was just, I
line yourself up with Slim and Bowser to get kind of clipped into the wall.
I even made
And then you take damage, first by a Shell Shock, and then a day later Zach found out you can take the damage from a Daisy that's located in 3D at the top as well. Then just fall down and hit the switch. But this just works a little bit better. Quickly, that was the Dementio boss fight. We just used some invincibility frames to Bowser, Thudley, Dementio, and take him out pretty fast. Something you'll kind of notice me do while I climb the tree here is I just kind of try to climb the tree fast, but when I hit that last platform, I switch to throw.
Oh my gosh!
That's just so that I
gosh, like, threw a thing on the wind,
can let the Lakitu move out of the way. And it gives me a little bit more, if there's a wind that I can see that I think I can jump on, it gives me a little bit more time to go and jump on the wind. The wind is RNG, unfortunately, the speed and if it spawns at all. I got really lucky here that I got a fast spawn, but a slow wind at least. So, usually you want the fast wind, but
dude, it's okay. I had like
slow wind is also just fine if it's fast, or if it spawns fast.
3-3 was...
Yeah, that whole level, like, you can see how all the tricks in that level add up. That's like... That was such a good job in that level, just getting through every single thing and maintaining really, really good pace all through 3-3.
I would have gold to that.
Thankfully, you will see me continue this good pace
In
in 3-4 as well. Another reason I switched to throw here is to hit the switch.
Like, it doesn't give you, like, necessarily...
There's a few other ways to do it. You can hit it with the Thudley jump,
RNG, and it's like
or you can just switch to Bowser and jump and hit it.
Like,
But the reason we use throw in particular is because if you remember that weird block glitch from 1-4, you can apply that here as well. And so, because no matter what, we have to switch pixels anyways, well, we'd have to switch one way or another. I switch back to Thudley here. So 3-4 is going to introduce another trick, gold bar clips. These were found on October 1st, 2020.
Yeah, usually I try to do that, but like if I picked up his...
There's kind of been a few different methods of doing it, but we narrowed it down on that specific day. And so we'll be using it for a skip called Carry Skip here. You can use it for another skip called Elevator Skip, but unfortunately I don't get it in this run.
Nice.
We'll also see a few more uses of Thudley jumps to save some time here. Or if you missed them, you can call them Chudley jumps.
That Thudley there, Castle intentionally did a Thudley jump at pretty low height off the ground, but that allowed him to have the space to do a full jump up to that switch. It was really nicely done. .3-4 has like a lot of really fast strats, lots of really cool tricks, but then there's also rooms like that where you're like walking across a bridge for 10 seconds.
Yeah, I missed the fast strat on it too.
Here's another instance of prior knowledge. Notice I already knew the code. Just 2828 on the side over here. I will also be using that same principle on that one door that I dropped down but I didn't go into. Well, we'll be picking up one key here and then another one through the other door.
Would you cancel your jump into the ground pound?
Those codes that we input can be pretty scary. I don't know if we even mentioned double inputs in this game, but basically if you press a D-pad direction, and I think it's either A, B, 1, or 2, if you press them at the same frame that you're moving the D-pad, you'll get a double input. So a right input would register like 2 times on the same frame, and that could sometimes mess up the inputs, which normally it's just annoying. But for those codes in particular, if you mess them up in any way, even if you're just like accidentally mashing 1 when the box comes up to input the code, like you'll just get kicked out and you'll get sent to the I think it's like all the way towards where carry is. Also, speaking of carry, we're doing carry skip right now.
So you can just kind of click out of bounds here. There's just like an invisible floor you can walk on for whatever reason. So just kind of walk across. And we'll do it on the way back as well. There is another method to do that with Thudley jumps, but it is significantly harder. I think it is technically faster. But it isn't really worth it, so we don't go for it.
Miss Netrick is just so buns.
There is like a skip here I attempt called elevator skip. I don't get it because I get kind of unlucky here. It's kind of funny because I'm trying to remember if this is actually what happened. I throw the gold bar, switch to slim. The gold bar just kind of comes back to me, and so I don't really get a chance to attempt the skip. But pretty much,
I got bad RNG
if you're lucky, it lines up with the left wall properly, and you can do a gold bar clip down and do like a little door animation skip. It's pretty neat. Obviously, I didn't get it here, but
the average elevator skip attempt.
Yeah. I got really lucky where I could just hold left on this one. Lined up really nicely with the wall.
I didn't get shut on.
And so with that, every major skip in 3-4 is done now. The last thing we kind of have left is Francis. But we'll get to see probably one of my favorite parts about this game.
Well, I mean, it's a good chapter 3 exit.
Just coming up for the fight.
Based off 3-1 and 3-2, but
yeah.
But my Thudleys were really on point. My gold.
Just before that fight starts, I'm actually gonna get some water.
We've all in error 4 anyways. I really hope this run like makes it far.
So we do switch to Peach here. We actually have to be Peach to enter Francis's room. If you're any other character, this door will just start firing lasers from its eyes, and it'll just lose a bunch of time.
A lot of different strat developments.
Yeah, one of those text boxes says, "I love going on message boards and complaining about games I've never played." It's like a really popular screenshot from this game.
Yeah, the standards are super high nowadays.
And yeah, this is a real cutscene from a licensed Nintendo game from 2007 that you're watching right now.
Yeah, me and Zach changed, like I remember, like, I broke.
This is a real Francis and Peach dating simulator.
Like, whipping out like a 409 in that era was like the most devious thing ever, because nobody saw that coming.
The dating sim is the best part about this game. Low-key, sometimes I'll be feeling like Francis, so if there's any totally hot babes out there that wanna swoon.exe with me, you know where to find me.
That was crazy, because me and Zach were, like, I knew Zach was on world record when I was doing my run. Because Zach wasn't even that far.
On one of those, so we can answer like 4 questions during this simulator, and on one of them we actually buffered to the 3rd option. I think it's the 3rd option, but
yeah, the 3rd one.
It's because the 1st option, like, Peach will get so enraged, just so mad, and like there's so many text boxes, so it's technically faster to do that.
Some new huge sequence break found.
Yeah, and everyone's just doing runs of it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So now we kind of have the Francis boss fight coming up. This boss fight actually used to be not too bad. We used to use a stopwatch, and then later down the line we ended up using an Ice Storm. But pretty much you're going to see me use Bowser and Thudley here to kind of ground pound, and it will show me his position. And by kind of predicting where he spawns, we can Thudley him at just the right time.
Yeah, so once we see Francis running around, but as soon as he stops moving, that's where he's going to spawn in. So Castle did a great job there, and we can just kind of predict his movements like that. It makes for a really easy fight.
This should be like a 9:15.
It helps because on every other hit you get on Francis, he'll do a He'll try and lick you, and he'll try to approach. And every time he does that, he'll approach you from behind.
Oh, this is actually really good.
And so by abusing that property, that particular pattern, we can get an easy, predictable hit on him. The other two are a little bit more annoying, but usually it works out pretty alright.
But it doesn't have elevator skip.
But with that, we're done with Chapter 3. Luckily, we slow down quite a bit in Chapter 4. It gives us a little bit of breathing time before the second half of the run.
Wow, not even 9-12. That's a 9-11 split. Hashtag reference.
9-11.
If you know the reference, you know.
And so just like the other levels where we skip pixels, we do get the pixel back. It's actually... There's actually certain pixels that the game marks as unskippable. And we are currently able to skip every single pixel that is considered by the game skippable.
Yeah, you know what, you're right.
Mentioned this earlier, but the devs kind of added like a safety mechanism.
Yeah.
So if you were to use like an out of bounds code or like an infinite jump code, you won't like completely lose the pixels forever. Unfortunately, this doesn't work with Thudley, Fleep, or Cudge. And so even if we were to skip the level and not even hit the star block, we could go back with like a hyper sequence position and still go back and get the pixels by hitting the star block, which is really neat.
I do like the use of the term strategy.
Let's go, keep the good keys coming, dude. Oh, I'm gonna save so much, dude.
The strat is to purposely beat Shuddy.
Yeah.
And you get the good keys. Like in the next room,
What is happening? I'm actually cheating.
in the next room you're getting the third key. I'm telling you.
All right, let's see.
So right here, we're just gonna do like a pretty neat gold bar clip.
Better. Thank goodness for me being wrong.
That will allow us to kind of skip dropping down. Luckily, this is kind of like the last major gold bar clip off the flipside tower. Any gold bar clip where you kind of have to move from like 3D to 2D to set up is kind of annoying because if you miss it, you lose a lot of time. But luckily, this is the only one that's right here.
Come on, dude.
And with just enough time on my 3D meter, I can hit these blocks without taking 3D damage.
I got kind of a short gold bar toss on that, but that's alright. Still really good.
Don't Koopa troll me, please. I'll be so sad. Oh, thank God.
What Lily said in the chat.
He's in a good place to set him up for the despawn. It's annoying losing a lot of HP doing it, but
Yeah.
it's not
My
bad.
HP's kind of bad right now.
It is why the game is considered unskippable.
Yeah, all three of those pixels, like Fleep, which we'll see in a little bit, we need to use Fleep to get the last key. Thudley, we have to ground pound those pillars. And then Cudge, there's like a big yellow cube that we have to hit to finish those levels, so.
I got a hot sauce.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm worked on 80%. Come on, man. I never get him at 80%.
Yo, I was in pre-4 and I actually almost like jumped.
So now we're gonna enter chapter 4, kind of.
Oh my God.
So the first time we enter chapter 4, we don't realize we're going to space. And for whatever reason, in the last Paper Mario game, Mario cannot breathe underwater. Or maybe it's just that the shark fish just kind of like, or like the shark chomps or whatever they are in TTYD just kind of like stop Mario from going in the water. I don't know, that could be the case. But he was able to walk on the moon just fine. But now, Mario can breathe underwater in this game and can't breathe in outer space. I theorize that it's because this is a different space than what's in Mario's dimension, perhaps, or a different part of space, I guess. But
it will matter eventually. But
we are sent back to Flipside, and we're going to see another use of Z jumps. We can actually set it up differently with Thudley here, and so by just doing a Thudley jump like this, we can just fall right through the floor. We are out of bounds technically, so we have to land right on the Flipside elevator, but by doing a weird set of movement, I can flip back in bounds pretty easily.
It's cool.
You're probably on world record.
There's a way to do it while you're falling, but I'm not that good at it. I don't really know how it works.
I just need to not die. That's like the big thing.
You say that as I like watch.
Yeah, only some water is breathable.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Only some. And ignore the
Oh my god.
the other mainline 3D Mario game that also came out like around this time, where you most definitely breathe in space.
Literally the same year, you breathe in space and in water.
I'm gonna have to like really look.
But I guess he had like the power of the stars, he had the luminous hat, so I guess we can excuse it.
What? Dude, what is going on?
Dude.
This is so stupid.
What the fuck?
Also, we're intentionally talking to this guy on the left side here. If you talk to him on the right side, he'll like.
So
There's like a 1-second animation of him like picking up the fishbowl and then turning towards it. It's just like little time save like
no,
that.
There's no way.
Can go a
I
long
can't
way.
even talk to my chat. That's how good of keys are getting. I'm gonna say something I hear. Oh my gosh! I just got first key.
There is actually a fascinating skip where you can do with the Z jumps where you open Merlin's door at the same time as entering the elevator.
World record page.
Actually, JCR found out you could enter the elevator with the out of bounds and like do like a weird drop. Crazy clip.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
But I believe it saves 15 seconds, but it's really hard, and if you miss it, you lose a lot of time.
Might have to do.
So we just kind of opt not to go for it in this run. But overall, this is easily the best Enter Chapter 4 I've ever had. We will see that I gold the split by about a second.
Wow! I just got a 6:15. Enter 4.
Wow, that's nice.
That was so.
Yeah,
good.
so Z jump basically refers to your Z position. So there's like, in this game we have 3 coordinates, our X coordinate and Y coordinate. That's our movement in 2D. We're like moving left and right or jumping up and down. And then the Z axis is moving left and right while in 3D. So that's basically what we're changing. But we're changing it while we're in 2D, which is not intended by the game, but you can do that whenever you flip back to 2D and you see the little 2 button flashing above Mario's head because he's not on solid ground. If you hold up or down with that, that will change your 3D coordinates while you're in 2D. And that's what makes some of these tricks possible.
World record.
Yeah, we're going to see a few major tricks in Chapter 4 that save a lot of time.
What am I watching?
Not in this particular level. This particular level, we'll see a few moments of
Dude, what?
potential time saves.
Okay, guys. Come on.
So just for this level,
Somebody
we're just navigating through space. Just trying to get to the next area, pretty much. It's not really anything crazy. It's like after these cutscenes, you're pretty much just holding left or right, plus shooting the whatever you want to call it, the laser, the explodey ball, fireballs. I don't know. Yeah, the energy balls. I don't know. That actually might make more sense. And so we're just kind of progressing. We're trying to avoid getting hit by any of these guys. It's a little bit RNG dependent and a little annoying sometimes, but here you see me get pretty decent RNG. There is a little trick here we go for called an animation skip, where we pretty much just like skip the animation of hopping off carry by pressing 1, the same frame we hit the portal. This is kind of go along with this thing you haven't really seen us do this yet. More than like a few times, but you try to hop off carry while we're in the air because it skips the animation of hopping off carry. This saves us a few seconds throughout the run. Probably with the amount we get on and off carry, it's probably upwards of a minute.
Gosh.
If I get a good key here, and I first key. Okay, Castle, I'm losing my mind. I have never had this happen to me. I'm getting a 3 like 10. I'm golden 3 splits in a row.
Oh my gosh, this is devious. Someone needs to stop this
I
guy.
don't think I got any here. I wasn't paying. Actually, wasn't paying much attention to
He's
something
actually
there.
just on a 140 pace right now.
But yeah, this is a pretty basic level. There's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, this is one of the more basic levels
He's
in
not ready
the
for where
game.
it's all last keys.
Really,
Dude, I don't even care.
those carry cancels. I don't know what the exact term for them is, but animation skips, I guess. That's really the main time save here, and it's nice because you can go for those anytime you're entering a portal, and you're not going to really lose time if you miss it. You can only
Kind of a bummer.
save time because even if you hopped off carry early, you're right there at the portal anyways.
Yeah, there's not really anything to lose by trying to go for one.
It's like I can just like faintly hear you making sounds.
I'm just laughing because this. I'm just whatever.
The pit percent.
So
of 115 to
4-2
Zach
is a very
Link99
interesting
actually
level.
accurate.
This level has lots of different routing that's happened within it.
Minus 224.
We used to pick up a bunch of items here, and if you do the no HP plus route,
I'm actually losing time.
then you would usually pick up a few. I think you pick up the ultra shroom and the space food.
Oh man.
But as I do the HP plus, you will not. As I get the HP plus, you will not see me pick up any of those. But there is a very, very important level grind coming up here. Because we're still only at 70,000 points, we're gonna need points for late game bosses. And unfortunately, our 60k level up is not gonna quite help us defeat the later bosses quite as fast as we would like to. As well as just kind of any enemies that might be standing in our way that we need to defeat. And so, in the next room, you're going to see me grind off a few enemies to reach 200,000 points, which will set us up for specifically 6-1 in the run, and as well as the other boss fights. But kind of watch me do it, kind of like right here.
Yeah, this is the 4-2 grind. So we used to grind 5-2, but this room with a ton of boomboxers in it, it's a little faster to do it here. We could save some time in 4-4 as well. It's a weird grind because we start off, we'll do 4 hits to every boomboxer. We also have to deal with their attack as well, which can be really annoying. And then as we level up, we'll get to 4 attack, and that means we're only doing 3 hits off of these boomboxers. So you just kind of have to manage that as you're going through this grind. This is a really nicely done. Honestly, this is a really good grind, especially with these fuzzies at the end. That's the main RNG point.
Do
you get 4-2 grind?
Yeah, those fuzzies at the end can actually make it so you don't reach 200,000, but 200,000 will help right now, specifically with the Brobot fight. Brobot has the single most amount of HP out of any boss fight in the entire game. If you include every Shadoo, every phase of Shadoo as the max HP, technically it's the second most. But for one individual fight, it does have the most HP. You'll see me just reject this guy's offer twice and then say yes, so I can buy the Ancient Clue for 10 coins. And now
which is really nice.
we get that all the way back to the beginning of the level.
We're both chilling pretty hard right now. I'm not gonna lie.
To give it to Squirps.
Yeah.
Yep. Funny enough, if you accidentally say yes to any of those text options, then he will charge you 100 coins for that that Ancient Clue. So.
And so if you get that, your run's more than likely dead unless you ended up getting really lucky with your coins earlier on in the run.
You just had like the craziest key run of your entire life, maybe?
I'm so nervous. I don't normally even care about this category, dude. Like.
You're so low on points now, too. There's no way! There's no way!
Yeah, luckily here, I don't make the mistake, so we just kind of cruise to the beginning of the level again.
Oh my gosh. Who let this guy cook?
It is kind of interesting, the movement to the beginning feels a lot different than the movement it is to kind of get to the end of the level.
I know it was one of you. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm losing my mind.
Please avenge my pit percent world record.
If I get
Well, you guys can hear me breathing, I apologize, I am still a little sick and congested, so. You sound a little gross, that's why.
You get world record, how about that?
Alright.
All right, by getting that ancient clue, we can get our next pixel
down by like a minute
in the run, which is Fleep. One of the unskippable pixels that we mentioned. Fleep is Fleep will be used a couple times, mainly used for like solving puzzles. Anytime that we see like a little crystal in the air, which we're about to see, we can use Fleep and it'll reveal an item or something hidden. The coolest property with Fleep we'll be seeing in a little bit. There's a trick called Fleep Ledge Cancel. By standing in a specific spot in 3D, we can activate Fleep,
And you got a good key in that room.
which will switch us back to 2D, but we can also like
I saw
interact with certain items, interact with doors on our way back to 2D, which makes for some really cool visual glitches, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
It wasn't a bad key, which is good. Yeah, as long as I don't get a horrid key, I'm good.
Okay. I'll lose like half a second here.
Just a small note. So now we're at 200,000 points. This will make the robot and Mr. L fights a lot easier. And so in 4-3, there's 2 items we need to pick up. One of them is technically optional. The other one is required to progress. But we're going to pick up an extra item here, the shooting star, to use it on a boss fight later on in Chapter 7.
20-something minutes.
The shooting star will just allow us to take out the boss in one go and save us quite a bit of time. So you'll notice I just walk right into it. I forgot about that. Oh, I was
So as you can see, Castle actually handed me the Wii remote during this segment. So
yeah, it's actually a 2-player run, not the actual 20% world record. I hate to say it. I think it was at this point where I was like, dang, I have to start paying attention, actually.
Despite me just like letting myself to hit 4-3.
the thing about that shooting star, we can technically, it's used for the Underchomp fight, and I think that fight you can also just use Bowser and Thudley, but it is faster to just pick up that shooting star and just have one input on that fight. It goes by really fast.
By the way, and you should try to grind. I think it's in 75 with the rough puffs.
Something kind of interesting that I discovered a while back was that
Like, you do have you're
so for these gates and for opening Scorp's spaceship in 4-1 as well, there's a very awkward bit of pressing up that you can do that sometimes just is really buggy and doesn't work. And so I found that if you hold upright for whatever reason, you can actually open it frame perfectly by just holding it. I'm not sure why it works, but I just know it works.
My luck's been so insane this round, it's completely fine. It's not even that bad, it's fine. It's been okay still. I'm going some horrid.
So the main reason we're making our way through 4-3 is to get to
34?
the greatest House-It shop in this game, the one that's in the middle of space.
We're this guy's
and
first customer.
Yeah, we are very first customer at this shop, and we're just buying. You could buy any of the 3 Choco bars. Any of them will work. We just have to give them to Scorps, and that'll allow him to split into 2. There's an animation skip as well. Really cool.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you still need to get lucky. You still need to play like decent, but like you're like you have a pretty big.
So here we're just kind of moving back down the thingy.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to get another animation skip here.
For the time save, for the time loss I got by getting.
And so we're gonna feed Scorps the chocolate bar and kind of just progress in the level. It's not really a whole lot to 4-3, but a few things are very helpful. Before we kind of changed the shop route and got the HP plus, we also picked up the ghost room here to sell for coins.
No, I wouldn't turn this.
Obviously, we don't do that in any of the rest anymore, but it is a neat little thing to note.
He just wanted to break from being.
There was a really old coin route that used to get the ghost shroom and the catch card SP in the top left of that room.
I'm turning the cheat codes back on for 64.
The Crocus Tonic Route, baby.
Okay, I'll save like 2 seconds here. Pretty chill. Almost 3.
I said I was turning the cheats back on. I got second key in 16.
So, Chapter 4's whole theme is being in outer space, and the first 3 levels have all been really similar. This level is quite different. It's definitely the most interesting level in Chapter 4.
Dude, did this guy die already? Oh my god.
We have 2 pretty decently sized skips coming up here. But for now, we're just kind of in the whoa zone.
Half second.
Whoa! You guys hear that? Hear me? Hear me go crazy? But yeah, this level's pretty cool. It's just a lot of like really neat movement where we do stuff like jumping off that pig with Gary to reach the other side of that platform instead of using Peach.
You should have picked up a slow flower.
I should have done that. I could have gotten triple points and triple coins. It would have been a big time save. But yeah, here you're gonna kind of watch me do like a very weird set of things that won't make sense exactly right away. But something I'm gonna be doing is gonna be dropping my 3D meter down. So by doing a specific set of flips in certain places, I'll line it up for the area I need to. We're going to be doing a glitch called midair chest jump, or my favorite term for it is John's cardiac arrest. We're going to be opening a chest in midair by taking 3D damage. The person who found it was John P55. And so one day we were just in a call, like randomly coming up with funny names for glitches, and for this one there was a few like John's breast cancer was up there. And I settled on my favorite being John's cardiac arrest.
Oh, that was the bad room. Okay,
And so that's what I've called it ever since. So here we're just gonna set ourselves up with the last bit of 3D meter. Use Studley to do a Studley jump here. You're gonna see me home menu to progress my 3D meter to take 3D damage at just a little bit easier time to set up.
It's true. Pacers are more important.
And open the chest. And so this kind of skips a pretty long section. I think it's about 45 seconds.
I feel like every single time I get that door, it's like
this is where the home menu comes in clutch, yes.
Or the door.
We'll also be seeing a second usage of the trick, but in a slightly different manner.
Yeah.
So right here, we'll be doing the same thing, but we'll be using throw. So for whatever reason, you can open that with throw. You can do the same thing with locked doors, both with 3D damage and throw, but for some reason on locked doors, when you do it with throw, it actually crashes the game.
As long as I survive the 70s, I'll be home for living probably.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I had a really good setup for the. You can jump off that guy to hit the switch again and just go directly up. But unfortunately, I messed it up and I didn't hit the switch.
Really terrible. Unless I get like a really correct Mr. L fight where I get like 4 triple hits or something, but
with that using throw for the chest, you can technically also use berry, but thankfully we did berry skip in this run.
74 sucks.
So we're actually going to be seeing like a really rare instance of us doing a boss fight with Mario instead of Bowser. Bowser isn't second, or isn't faster for the robot L type, or no, not the robot, just the robot fight. And so because we can just get a few quick hits on Mr. L with Mario and finish the fight pretty quickly, it's actually faster just to stay as Mario here. Pretty good fight overall. It's a pretty easy fight as well. But we'll be moving on to the robot L type, or the robot fight. No, I don't know why I keep on saying robot L type. We're just moving on to the robot fight.
this guy is ready for chapter 6.
I might be able to save time with this actually.
JCR, would you like to explain the robot fight?
Absolutely. This is the biggest fight where 200k points just comes into play. You know, as you can see, we can just use squirps on this fight. And since we're already at 200k points, we can already do 2 damage to him. By picking up this red candy here, we'll be able to do 3 damage. And that is just going to wrap up the fight in very, very quick amount of time, just like that. So if you don't do the 4-2 grind earlier with all those boomboxers, if you enter that fight with just the 60k attack level up, that's where it can get a little sketchy. You can't really damage Brobot at the start, and you have to wait for the red candy. And obviously, you know, 250 health, it takes a long time. So that's where getting the extra attack level up before that fight can just save so much time.
They just spawn in like a way that's like really easy for you to grind them. I should still I'll break even with this.
I should.
That's what I'm saying. Flip side, it is pretty much already 6- question mark or question mark dash 1.
I'm so dumb. I didn't even know that. Oops.
But yeah, that is kind of the Brobot fight. That's one of my favorite fights in the entire game. Actually, I think it's actually a lot of fun. With the old point route, like JCR kind of mentioned, you had to wait till you get the red chocolate bar, which would allow, if you were to get like a hot sauce, you'd save a lot of time. But it's a very neat fight to say the least.
It's like somewhere.
It's the only fight like it in the game.
That I went from.
I think it actually changes up. I really like how it changes up the pace of Chapter 4 quite a bit.
79, you should just like flip them all.
And uses like its own specific mechanics to create its own boss fight.
Alright, that was I played bad and I got like average, but.
And with the old point route, with live stream jump, you couldn't get to really that high points. Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of like reach 60,000, and with the old 4-2 grind route, you might be able to reach 120,000, but overall,
like you had to like get 3-minute splits pretty much, but it's impossible.
Very cool fight. Lots of different strategies. I actually don't do like the fast thing there because it's just really hard.
Now is you're at 200k.
But it is really cool to still see that fight done really fast.
That's fine. Look, as long as it's like, honestly, as long as it's sub 120s, I'm happy. Like that's my main goal. Which it's a really good shot too.
I think you'll get like a 118.
118 would be epic.
Alright, depending on how like these next set of floors go, you could probably get a 117 pretty easily too.
I have a tonic.
So pre-chapter 5 is going to show off just a few skips, along with some of the routing we did earlier.
Probably also like the best item to have right now.
If you remember earlier when we picked up the HP Plus and kind of like the last little bit we've been talking about coin routing, we need at least 300 coins to get the pipe from flop side to flip side.
Okay.
And so the HP Plus is going to provide us with 300 of those coins, and we'll be using the other 100-ish coins to buy a mighty tonic for a few boss fights later on in the game.
Yes! Huge. That's huge. That's the one room I was worried about in this split.
Oh yeah, you got a good Spaniard room, didn't you?
Yeah.
First trick we're going to see here is another gold bar clip.
Go.
We're going to line up with the bottom wall and clip out of bounds here. And we can actually skip using Boomer to reach this back area here. And then we can also skip using Fleep. And this is really, really fast.
Yes, we're both rommling right
Usually
now.
I'd shut out on the trick and like clip back in bounds on that little like second half. You will, but luckily that doesn't happen in this run. We get a pretty good flop side early.
Yes.
I lines up my 3D meter pretty well.
Not a bad exit out 86, dude. It's not bad.
Where's the mirror hall chud bar clip, man?
Oh my god,
For anyone who doesn't get the reference, there's this really stupid gold bar clip that saves like 1 second that Zach just would not stop going for the longest time.
45 to 88 is all.
I don't think he goes for it anymore, but it saves such little time and like it was really, really difficult.
I should gold enter chapter 5 if I don't mess up menuing.
So we don't do that here. So we will see JCR's alter ego, whatever this guy's name is.
I think it's not so.
Not so.
Fuck off, man.
So the HP plus, quickly menu down to buy the Mighty Tonic for 70 coins.
Jeez, holy, I'm getting really screwed by these guys.
Yeah, that too. Could also be named RCJ.
That was a horrible room. That sucks.
That has to be
I
his
just try to
name.
watch
It's
over
only
when I'm not
logical.
doing anything. Usually when I'm text
I'm
mashing.
gonna shoot the shell shock, even though those super boomers faster, because I really want the points.
Yeah, you pretty much need them. Like I'd say it's almost like a really good idea unless it's like a really close run. But I honestly, since you just want the PB, I'd play it safe. You're not gonna get record anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wow, no key from the shell shock.
Shout out to Feed the Meatball.
Dude, that's dumb.
Fuck, man. 88 and 89 really hurt. That's okay, though. It's good vibes. It's still a good run. 118 is not 100% down. A 411.90 is actually so beatable, though.
That's
For anyone
like a minute.
who doesn't know the meme, back in like 2019, there was a big incident in the SPM server where a guy was really unhappy that we did not add his category, Feed the Meatball, to category extensions. Left the whole server over it. It was a little disappointing to be honest, but
This is a really good Chapter 5 entrance.
it's okay because it became a category extension later down the line. After there's a few glitches discovered that made it kind of a little bit more understandable, where it wasn't just like play any percent up until chapter 5 pretty much. So that's just like a few gold bar clips. There's a really crazy like out of bounds glitch you can do with a shell shock.
Is the gold? Probably not, but it's close.
I don't know what the trick is actually called, but it's like
It takes so long to read.
you can do like this weird like you can like crouch and jump to a corner,
Oh my god.
uncrouch and like pause and do kind of like a gold bar clip.
Dude,
and
when you use the
so-
Super Boomer and you get the key, it's so beautiful.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The game just bailed me out so
Yeah.
fucking hard.
I don't know what I was gonna say anymore.
I like to think that that guy just saw the vision before any of us did. All those years ago.
Alright.
Much simpler days. Much simpler days.
Oh man, I thought you dodged all 3 of those fireballs. Wow.
Oh my god. This is a good 90s, dude. This is a good 90s. This is
Bless him.
definitely-
So entering chapter 5 here, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in chapter 5. And so
I should probably play Pit more like you do.
we're going to see a few different skips. We won't be seeing 5-2
I just feel
grind
like you don't
because we
slow
already
down
have the
nearly as
200,000
much.
points we need.
And it's like, in rooms, like, I often will just kill the enemy right beside me no matter what, even if there's like a lot more on the bottom floor, I could just Super Boomer. It's like, specifically at
Yeah.
95 is something that I could probably do better.
But in this level, we'll see a few little neat pieces of
I think there's certain
movement.
exceptions after watching
that
this
will
run,
allow us to
where
save
you
time.
have like everything that happened, you had really good RNG, and you got
I
like
had
good
crazy
item
luck,
drops.
dude.
Don't forget to use the saw.
Manner skip, no pleases here. But
He's at 342.
Andy, what trick are you talking about?
5-1. 343, 53.
I think the meatball early shell shock thing.
Keyed, but it's okay.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that was considered task only for
It's gonna happen.
like. I don't know if that was always only task only, but I'm pretty sure it's always been RTA viable.
Give me the key, please. Don't fuck me in this room, please. Please, please, please. Dude, come on. Who has the key?
Kind of heading out through 5-1 here. We're gonna see some neat little precise movement.
White shut out on the 5-1 jump. Find out next time. Get shut out on the 5-1.
You're gonna see me kind of like line up here. I think I actually missed this jump. Oh, I didn't. Let's go. Yeah, I think it was the attempt before this that I missed that jump actually, but
Okay.
we'll hit the blocks left, right, middle. solve the code.
Dude, you're still chilling. This is still a massive.
So, if you're familiar with this game at all, you know that you have to get down on your knees, backtrack to the beginning of the level, and beg a guy, going, please, 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 like a zillion times, to get the code. It's a really long code, so instead of putting in that code and dealing with the trauma, we're just going to do a gold bar clip here to clip right through the wall. There's, luckily for us, solid ground on the other side. So we just jump to take 3 damage, hop on carry right after, and go and hit the start block.
Don't worry, we're locked.
That trick saves a fair amount of time. We used to do it with Dudley jumps, but it's just a little bit faster to do the gold bar clip instead.
Like half a second? I'm 15 seconds ahead of best split times. Which is 15 seconds ahead of my PB, I guess, but... this is good.
I'm gonna probably deafen for the ragtail strat and I'll be back, alright?
Go for it, yeah.
Alright.
This first room here, this used to be the old point grind room that we can just skip by now. We used to jump on some of these poison piranha plants and the squogs here and grind a lot of points that way. But 4-2 grind is faster.
Yeah, so the point grind kind of like skipped. Like I said, it mostly just saves time because you have lots of points in chapter 4, so it makes the boss fights a lot faster. And it is, I think, just a slightly faster grind overall.
Oh, he got it, chat. He got it.
But just here in 5-2, we're going to be picking up another Mighty Tonic using... This one's kind of like a weird... It's not really a Fleet Ledge cancel more than it is just like a weird, like, item glitch where we can pick up an item across the room using Fleet.
Don't actually use the one tonic.
It also allows us to break a block, so we don't have to break 2, so we just use Dudley here.
And use it for my own runs.
Yeah, it's a really interesting use. It's... Those blocks there technically act as a ceiling, and that's why the FLC mechanic works there.
That's so hype.
So we're just going to continue picking up these stone tablets. There is a weird little quirk with the last one we're going to pick up, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Before then, 1, we have to get there, and 2, we have a boss fight coming up. The second O-Chunks fight of the run.
I should be able to steal.
We're seeing quite a different strategy than we used on the very first one, now that we have access to quite a lot more fighting mechanics. We're seeing that kind of here. Luckily, because we did the FLC, we don't have to pick up the Mighty Tonic here anymore, because we already did.
Never seen a 119.
And we'll just switch to Bowser as we get in the room for the fight, so we're
Never
ready
seen
for
a
the
120 for that matter
Chunks
either.
fight. Oh, we just used the tonics for boss fights later on in the run.
Yo, JCR, thanks for the GL. Hope you just enjoyed that goated pit % run.
So this O-Chunks fight is fairly easy. We just kind of use Bowser and his fire. By hopping on carry and just kind of like backing up a little bit, we can kind of like make it so that he jumps
What's happening here?
in such a way that he kind of like jumps directly into our fire, which is really, really nice. And so we take him out pretty fast.
Closing my browser now.
Definitely one of the easier boss fights in the game. It's funny because O-Chunks definitely goes from being one of the harder ones to one of the easiest.
Unfortunately, you also have to watch that shitty O-Chunks fight,
but that's okay. We move on from O-Chunks now. And we have something coming out called Yoshi Statue Glitch or Stone Tablet Early. I don't hit it in this run because it's just kind of weird the way it works. But pretty much you can spawn in the Stone Tablet without doing that circle running around the thing. It's widely unknown why it works, but it's just a weird bit of
there's bugs under my
how the game reads Mario's movements.
I know, I hate that strat. It never works.
I remember watching that live.
Probably not gonna save time here. Kind of a bummy level.
We watching what live?
Okay. This is still a good run. I just started to think of my PB.
That attempt at Stone Tablet early, and I typed "there's bugs under my skin" method or whatever I did.
Can you actually hear me talking on the stream? Because I actually can't hear the audio because otherwise it will play double.
Oh, I can't hear it either, but that's fine. I'm good with that.
Maybe like 2 seconds long. It wasn't that bad. It just didn't feel like it either.
Yeah, so we just kind of unlock Kudge here. We're gonna make him scream however you say the East characters in Japanese. And assume it's just pretty much just like ah. It could be like oh or something like that. I probably shouldn't have made that joke. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, so this funny enough, that input on the Japanese version of this game is like different. We have to input 4 characters there.
4 to 7, yeah.
And yeah, 4 to 7. And I think on the English version it's different. I think you have to do like the full 7 or something like that.
Yeah, do a full 8.
Full 8, yeah. I forget how many characters you can input there. But yeah, it's pretty neat. So technically it's faster on the Japanese version, just slightly.
Complete shit. All I gotta do is keep saving, like... It's really just, if I can keep this pace...
So right here we come up on the best level in the game, because it has the best character in the game.
A lot of potential.
5-3, there's actually quite a bit of fun movement here, fun little tricks we can do.
Another, like, 8 on 6-.
We have the best character in the game, Flint Craigley. Can I get some Craigley ho?
If you were like even out of 7-3, like you're in insane shape. I don't know
Shout out Flint.
Or are you compared to CJ?
You'll see I also did like the same thing I did in 3-1 with
That's really good.
a little text box delay.
Yeah, it's the best run I've had up to this point.
It works here. It actually saves a little bit more time here. I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds.
And, like, there's just little bits of time save everywhere that I think should be like pretty easy to get if I don't like lose composure. Which, like, chapter 5 is like my favorite chapter. Like, I feel like I'm always chilling during chapter 5. Like, yeah, there's like scanner skip.
Well, 5-3 is one of the longer levels in the game. We do have a little bit to do here. The first notable thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up this fast flower. I kind of messed up the movement here, unfortunately, so I'm not getting like the optimal 3D cycle. But this just allows us to get to the end of the room a lot faster. We're going to switch to Fleep here. It'll make sense in a second. We're going to ride the minecart. We have some of the best music in the entire game.
It feels like
super duper fun.
Okay, do not let me forget to flip on the next minecart.
It looks like I'm laying down the law on my camera where I'm just like putting my finger up, talking about something. I have no idea what it is.
I don't think I was like behind it. I might have been.
You were asking Owen and your chat to remind you to flip for the next minecart.
Oh right. I did remember, for the record.
No, just. I'll go over there. I don't need to check.
We'd be in a very different timeline if I did forget.
Yeah.
But upcoming here is just the Fleep ledge cancel. We are gonna do like a weird alignment with Fleep, and we're gonna talk to Flint Craigley's kind of I want to say roommate, but that's not the right word for it. His cameraman.
Really fast setup on the second try, so I'll take that.
So that just kind of allows us to break those blocks and kind of run all the way over there. So it also saves us a little bit of backtracking time as well.
Too far left on the
We will be riding the minecart another time to get back.
I should try to do the setup.
That FLC in particular is a little awkward because you.
Thank you.
I think you have to let go of the one button after you press it
There was one
in
time
order for that to work. I don't know if there's any other FLCs that are like that in this game.
Set up in a really long time, though. So I've been pretty much just using like the three.
Every FLC is a little bit different.
That one in particular, but. we are pretty much in the clear until scanner skip. And after a scanner skip, like, it's like, there's not really a whole lot to worry about. So, like, I don't think I'll get that bad of a chance.
It's in reference to Yoshi's statue glitch.
Where I got, like, the worst RNG ever.
Yeah, that was my official strat name for Castle's attempt at Yoshi's statue glitch in this run.
I didn't even try. I just did that.
I was just moving left and right in
Hey,
3D.
bro.
I've only gone in one run ever, and that wasn't 100% using Dashel.
Which one?
The minecart flip room, which I did flip on, by the way.
No, I haven't.
I have. This was like 7 years ago, but it did happen one time. Not to me, but I did watch it happen. There's been just some like random crazy crashes that I've watched, and I'm just like, I have no idea.
We briefly mentioned it, but you do have to flip into 3D for this minecart ride, or else you get sent to the wrong portion, and then
What if it's faster?
you would have to take the minecart ride back to the start and then enter it another time. It would just lose a ton of time. And then this is also a really cool corner clip to get down to this guy.
Yeah, we used Carry to set it all up. It's really neat.
Because I don't remember mine. I think it was probably in one.
There's a couple in this game that we can just ride up to a wall, like wall on carry, and then just by hopping off and holding down right or down left, tapping the 2 button, we can just
3-1.
pretty much get a free corner clip every time.
I think there was only like 3 people who knew that like actually knew like because I think I bet it was probably Dead who was the first person.
So we'll be seeing
probably like Dead then Elmo.
we'll be seeing this used particularly in 6-1,
Or Dead Flash then Elmo. Rather that's
which will help save us quite a bit of time. But for now, we're gonna head back to Flint Craigley,
Terrifying thing ever. He was like, "What happened?"
and we're gonna go
Got, like, a really
ask him to be like, "Hey, we found your camera crew. Help us out."
fast thingy. Oh, this is like, oh wow, that movement was really good.
That
I don't
movement
think
was
Mir-
sick in that
JP
room.
Crashes though, like, he just got some weird crashes. Because I know Mir never played JPVC. As far as I know, at least. As long as I've been running the game.
Thank
Good way to get some extra points there by kicking that Buzzy Beetle shell.
Like the Mir Boomer pit crash, that one's a weird one. Craigley ho! You have to find that clip, Owen. It's so devious. No, Mir never had a JPVC world record, only English.
Craigley ho!
Unless there's just some secret Mir world record I don't know about. I think Mir's only ever held the world record twice, and that was the first time was on disc, the second time was after they discovered that VC was faster in the English version. JCR, trust me, I know, I watch the world record history video like literally like 4 times a week. I promise you.
This strat with Peach here, it's faster to do this than ride the minecart all the way through. Basically, if you get off carry, like as Peach is starting to descend, we can keep the carry momentum during our float, which saves a good bit of time.
A Craig in the dark, baby.
You'd actually, before we found the John's cardiac arrest in 4-4, you'd actually do that same thing with Peach, but just kind of hover over the gap where I enter the door to switch the sides of the room.
That's probably why I didn't switch right away. That's fine. There's like 2 seconds time loss, which is fine. I'll save it all back on the split probably anyways.
So now, coming up, we have one of the craziest levels in the entirety of SPM right now. 5-4 has a very, very rich history of strat development. For every kind of way you can do this level,
Buddy, literally like...
there's kind of a different skip that allows you to save quite a lot of time.
Does even know what happened in the video.
So the first one, I'll kind of go over this as we go. First one is just like a little corner clip, save a few seconds, and then I thought they jump up to the O Chunks fight, just a little bit earlier.
JCR.
There's also dotty skip, which we used before. Now, what we have now, scanner skip. We saved about 1:45 if we were doing it the normal way. So just scanner skip here. We're going to use a fleet ledge cancel while out of bounds to reach that door to the end of the room and skip the scanner. There's a few different ways to do this trick as well. There's another way where you can clip out of bounds right on the scanner and do the weird jump out of bounds to kind of mess with Mario's respawn position. It's really neat. You're going to see me do a gold bar clip here. Clip out of bounds. The fleet. I jumped the gun a little bit on this one, honestly, so I did miss the trick. But we're just going to reset it up again. I didn't lose that much time because I didn't go into the...
No, I just clipped back.
At the door on the left. If you go on the door on the left, you lose like 20 seconds. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a lot of time.
I don't think I'll lose time here still.
But with that, we have scanner skip. Something neat is you can kind of go into 3D in this room.
429.
All to the right, you can just kind of like climb down these ladders without blowing up the floor.
Yeah, we technically walked by the white painting there in the middle, but that's just because we can go down the blue ladder and the red, or I think it's black and red. The first and last ladder, but the white one we cannot climb down for some reason. So we just kind of set up that strat there.
Shows to me missing the walk down to the platform.
That's a joke. 5-4 or 5-4. I'll be ahead after this play. It's just wow, that sucked.
But overall, pretty good 5-4, all things considered. Unfortunate miss of scanner skip, but still had a good movement here.
Yeah, this final boss fight with King Crocus is just really, really optimized nowadays. We the first hit to sort of end the first phase immediately. You're going to see Castle flip to 3D, then back to 2D, and that is intentional to be able to jump on one of the little plants here. And then that'll just set us up in a good position where we can switch to Bowser and get the first hit right away.
Or like Yoshi's 412 record is a 412.27 instead of a 26.
Switching to Mario as well to save time for the next segment.
Yeah. So luckily, Crocus has, I believe, 50 HP, and so we can do 2 hits with Bowser, do 40. Mario obviously lost it with 10. This also allows us to set up.
Back in my day, there was no hardcore gaming as Chapter 6, which just kidding isn't going to happen because man, I hate
like JCR mentioned, the next segment, which we will need Mario for. Well, you're referring to the beginning of the cutscene or this part, like after the boss fight?
Okay, I'll break like 4 seconds lost here, which is kind of sucky because this run could have been really cracked into Chapter 6. But if I keep playing really good, this run could 344. It's very realistic on this run.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's just we just do it so that we avoid taking more damage. It just kind of sets up the cycles just a little bit easier.
I'm up for the challenge.
Don't have to play within a minute if you gold 7-3 by 15 seconds. Which is doable.
It's got a gold every split by like 15 seconds. Get like the ZachLink99 8-3 and whip out like a 1008.
Well enough, we actually used to do that fight with a Mighty Tonic.
I had a lot of fun reacting to that.
I know we kind of touched on that earlier. It's just a little bit faster to one, not buy the tonic, and two, just because of the way that we've learned how to do the fight with Bowser and Thudley, like makes it a lot easier.
Run. Like, I don't think that run was that good.
I think that's what Zach does, Lily, but I don't do that because it's just like I haven't really looked into it that much.
You know what? I hit the goal.
So I probably should mention this now. We're kind of in a cutscene. Is that this run is far from perfect.
And I can honestly tell you that after that,
a 344 is a very, very fantastic run. Do not get me wrong. but
Like, I'm sure if you
I
do some
do
of my
believe
old
that there
videos,
is still a lot of work to do.
like, I actually
I think a
it's
343 is doable, but it'd be really hard, and there'd be probably months and months of grinding.
Of any percent. Pushing the category.
Yeah, I almost swept the main. I swept. I had the OG sweep for a little while.
Yeah.
Plus all pixels, no Tiptron, no berry.
No berry. Hey, still hold it. Still hold it.
It's true.
I don't think anyone's
So you're gonna see me do the Thudley Z jump here again. I think I actually messed it up.
Oh my gosh, bro. Are we for real with this?
I'll just reattempt it. It's kind of unfortunate that I lost a lot of time here. I could have gotten like a really fantastic
That was so bad.
like mid 344 had this not happened, like this split and 5-4, but
fine now, to be honest, but that's fine.
in every run there's bound to be mistakes, and so
Just
it's often just best just to move on and just kind of roll with what you got. Again, this run is an absolute spectacle. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Yeah, I definitely don't need to go that high on the Thudleys, it's just how I did it that run. Just gonna flip back here. I was gonna lose my 3D meter, which would have one forced me off carry, and then two, I probably would have missed the jump had I gone for it.
Also just open the hard pillar faster, so it's not a big deal. Mario, buddy, you're not on the Switch. Man, that's a tough time loss, dude. I'm kind of upset that that's just so sucky. I had that 5-4 and I missed scanner skip once.
So, despite Chapter 6 kind of being really linear, there is actually a lot to unpack with Chapter 6. There is 18 fights we must complete. 18 samurais. And so each guy will kind of have their own strategy. A lot of the strategies are very similar, but most of the time
maybe go with a few splits. I'm just kind of pissed. I actually could have been like 25 behind. Right?
They kind of, how to explain it?
I'm now behind.
They kind of changed this a little bit based off RNG,
It broke even, but it's
what
like,
kind of attack patterns they have.
Not happy
But
with
a
it.
big important part of the of this level is that every enemy's HP
You got some work
is
in that
divisible by
process.
5. And so
I'm hoping with my new
the reason we don't
method,
point grind any higher than we do is because there's actually no benefit to doing so, because when we're
a
here,
little bit.
we won't save time on any of the fights by being at 300,000 points, simply because, well, obviously it takes longer to get to 300,000 than 200,000, a lot more time, it's 100,000 more points,
So you're already starting off with a good door.
and so that's kind of why we stick at 200,000. There's ways to skip certain fights. You can pretty much skip every fight. But there is a chance it's soft locked if you do it wrong. So a strategy you're going to watch me do here is going to hit this guy first with Mario, switch to Bowser, and I'm going to hit him twice, and as the fire kind of finishes killing him, I'm going to jump on to carry during the cutscene. You'll see this strategy used on a fair number of the fights.
Please just find super jump.
But it does save time, because, again, it allows you to hop on carry without waiting after the fight. And so it gives me a slight advantage. This level has actually had quite a bit of interesting strat development overall. There's two kind of methods
It's really
to doing
nice that I had a
this
proper
level.
6-1. Makes me feel good.
The first way is with Mario and Kudge,
As long as you don't get completely shut
and the other way is how you see me doing it here with Mario or with Bowser and Carrie.
Challenge level impossible.
And so the reason that I do Bowser and Carrie is because Carrie allows you to move so much faster in this level, and there's a lot of these fights is really easy to do like a little like do a jump that kind of allows you to like clip into him on the top like that to see me do there for most of the fights. And while Mario Kudge is actually fairly effective, it is a lot slower because you lose a lot of time from not using Carrie, as well as just some of the fights just being a tad bit slower.
There's so much time being on carry in these rooms.
Good RNG, let's go.
The kind of risk that comes with using Bowser and Carrie is that you have a higher chance of taking a lot more damage on some of the fights. Some fights you'll actually watch me take damage on purpose, so I can set up or just a slightly quicker kill and the opportunity to hop on carry.
I had 20 HP
You'll see me do that for most of the guys. You'll see me do it for actually all the guys that jump, besides that first one.
Gosh, the ninja got in the way, so I got scared. That was my fault, though, to be honest. Should have just jumped in it normally.
Shouts out to that ninja. There's like a little bit of RNG throughout this level. Just sometimes those ninjas will spawn and jump at random directions. They can kind of get in the way.
Troll despair. Yeah, they can get really annoying to where like sometimes we'll be trying to fire off an enemy, and then they'll just like push you away so you can't do the last hit. It gets really frustrating sometimes, but most of the time you don't get that unlucky.
You can always have a few chuddy fights in it.
But yeah, you can kind of tell for most of these fights, like that fight in particular. Like I finished that fight off in less than a second by just jumping on him with Bowser. And that's kind of what makes this strategy pretty effective.
Well, I got a few of the fights and still get like some up to 10-20.
Yeah, you can get a good timing if you like get screwed in a little bit. That like one run you had that I won.
See, in some of these earlier fights, I'm also making mistakes where I'm kind of just taking a little bit more damage than I would like to. Obviously, it turns out alright, but there is room for improvement on this 6-1. I think right here you should see me try and do the one strat. So I kind of messed it up, but luckily he jumped again to mess up my mess up, and I was able to still get the fast strat.
Though admittedly, I took a lot more damage in the first half than I would like to. I got hit by all the guys that do 2 damage.
There's honestly not really much more to explain here. The fights just kind of meekly continue on. See like a couple different strats, but overall my strategy is the same. As I do a small hop, or try to purposely walk into or under the blue guys to set up for a quick kill. There's some weird ones like this guy who kind of like, I got lucky where he swung.
Nice.
And so now we were able to take him out pretty easily. It's kind of interesting watching some of these things happen, because it's like, if one thing went slightly more wrong, if one thing was just slightly more unlucky, we would not be looking at a 344.59 right now.
It really is. It's crazy to think of it like that. Like there's just so many different things that can add up in this game, but at the same time, there's also like we've seen it. We've been watching this 2 hours, 18 minutes, and I've seen just a remarkable amount of time saves and really, really clean levels. So it all just kind of blends together. It's really hard when you run a game for a speedrun that's this long, like 3 hours and 44 minutes. Like,
we're officially closer now to 3.5 hours than we are to 4 hours.
It's crazy. Crazy concept, but like, it's so hard to run a game for that long and be like as consistent as you can see right here. Like, just getting all these different strats, and we still have multiple chapters left with some of the biggest strats in this game that you still have to hit. So it's really cool to see that the next 5-minute barrier has been broken now.
Yeah, along with that too, it's you can see it like at this point on, like my best possible time is at 3:44.10. So from this point onwards, I actually technically lose more than 49 seconds to sub because I get a few golds later on in the run. But it is remarkable that I play
Jumpies.
like I've played this close to sub at this point. I know Zach's sub is actually better than mine, but it's really interesting to see how our different playstyles have kind of led to our different forms of success.
After defeating the guy, I did complete it by accident in one run. And then
So again, like it's just really fascinating to see the kind of the progression of this game,
super neat.
kind of how far we've come, how optimized the game's gotten.
That's fine.
JCR, would you like to explain the fight skips real quick?
Yeah, we're about to see a strat that was found like almost directly after the any percent world record progression video is uploaded. I actually found the original method of this. I believe Cora found this method you're about to see, where we can just set up a corner clip, and you might be asking yourself like, okay, why are we doing this on fight 17 when we could have been doing this the whole time? It's a good question. However, fight 17 and fight 20, which we'll see in a little bit, both of those fights have cutscenes after the fight that happen, and for some reason, the doors are functional, where if you were to skip that fight right there before actually starting it, like the door, you would not be able to go through it. So that's the reason why we don't do that for every room. It's just fights 17 and 20, and I believe 19 has like a unique skip that could work. I think technically you could skip this fight, but
So you can skip pretty much, this was mentioned earlier, but you can skip every single one of these fights with throw. It just isn't faster. We just do it here because we already have Mario out and carry, so it's really easy just to kind of like set up the clip and then use throw and then go for it. But I don't go for it just because it's only like a 1 second time save, and there's a risk of soft locking if you mess it up.
Okay, we're chilling.
You'll just see here too is that we do it for this fight as well. Fight 20. And so these clips overall, I think, save about a minute 20. It's a pretty big time save, the run. It also allows us to skip having to worry about taking damage
Granted, like, I would have had to play really good.
on these later fights, especially on fight 20, where the guy able to do 3 damage per hit. So we just need to have 5. We just need to have 5 HP entering !-1 for the robot L-type fight. So having 14 here is really nice.
Been streaking for 7 streams.
Zach does know all about fight 19
What a
skip.
guy. What a guy.
But yeah, this 6-1 wasn't anything special by any means, but it was still pretty decent.
Oh, and you just have you like copied my doors yet?
Oftentimes, it's better to have a slightly slower 6-1, have a little bit more HP, rather than be like at like 5 HP, barely alive.
Wow, I'm losing so much time to gold.
At this point.
Still a decent split. I think a ton 22. Not great, but I just made a lot of mistakes in the early fights. That's all. I don't think this is going to be the 344, I hate to say again.
So, 6-2, you know anything about this game, you know that you're not making it much farther than this into Samur Kingdom. And so, we have the king come up to us and tell us, hey, the beer heart's in that chest up there. Which is like, wonder why it's not in the big chest like every other important item in the game.
We'll see,
And
though.
so, turns out we got duped, and it's actually Mimi looking for a fight. So what we're going to do here is we're going to finish up this fight really fast. We're going to hop on carry, fire twice, and then jump on Mimi.
real boss fight.
I think hitting Mimi there with
It's kind of funny because this boss fight is actually really hard if you don't do Bowser carry. You did a randomizer, an enemy randomizer race, and fighting Mimi like this in 3-2 underwater is probably the most cruel thing a man can go through.
Dude, that sounds terrible.
Even with Bowser. Owen knows what I'm talking about.
Oh man, I'm just I gotta get that scanner skip out of my head because it really did cause like a domino effect here. Like that's probably why I lost time in R6 as well.
But now, well, we're just trying to race to the end here, in hopes of making it to the end of the kingdom before the world ends. Something kind of interesting actually to mention about my doors is I do this weird setup where I hop off carry, I do a full jump hop carry right before I land, take a few steps, and then do my turnaround door. I don't know why it works that like faster, but it does go faster.
Stuff just happens.
Well,
fast.
I'm still ahead.
If you were to miss 4-2 grind, you just do the 5-2 grind to kind of like back it up. So, like that, the world is dead. World goes squish. Everyone in this kingdom has been completely destroyed. So we kind of leave without the pure heart, and so we'll kind of return back to flip side, not really sure what to do, and so as the door is still here, we think, okay, well, let's go back. And so when we enter, we're kind of entering something that we're not really expecting to kind of see. It's kind of weird. Something actually interesting here is hopping on carry is actually faster because carry is so far to the right.
Not the two attempts.
That little extra movement with Bowser carry is actually slightly faster.
So devious. The other one was actually on really good pace. The one of them.
But yeah, we enter the world of nothing, and as you can tell, this is like my brain doing GBS attempts.
Yeah, the enter question mark. Wow, that one sucks, man. It's like you literally have like 3 seconds.
So we have some crazy high skill optimized gameplay here.
I think
we have like
elite stuff.
The one obstacle is coming up here. Can he make it? Can he make it? Where's Zach?
Nice.
Zach needs to write that down. I did that so optimally. Hit the. Oh, did I miss that? It's. But look at that! He did that one frame rule.
I'm gonna get a 344 without crash fix though. It's gonna be chill.
So we got about like 45 seconds of this highly optimized gameplay.
Man, it's a real shame. I was really looking forward to fighting all 100 Samur guys.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But instead we get to talk to Mr. L. Yay! Oh, see how nicely I rolled over that rock?
Nice.
There we go. I have all my notes written down now. We just quickly switched to Thudley here before we enter this cutscene. We just used that last rock as like a little visual cue. I kind of wanted to switch. I switched a little early in this run, but it's not like it's that big of a deal.
I might go blow my nose.
I've actually accidentally like switched in the cutscene sometimes. A little odd, but it's a neat little time save. So we have Robot L-Type. Let's see me apply the same damage boost principle we've kind of seen in many of the other boss fights so far. We'll purposely take damage here. Kind of double hit him once, double hit him twice.
Nice.
And just like that,
Nice.
Robot L-Type is defeated. Now we're left with what Gamut calls the world's ball sack. So we kind of have this drained pure heart, and we're not really sure what to do with it. So we're going to take it and go back home.
Oh wait, you're not even at it yet. You stupid robot.
We're almost there. Is my point.
You got a rock.
303? 304? If we get it first try, we can gold. I have yet to get an actual good return flip that isn't extremely chuddy.
Bro, my golden return.
See, chat, now we're thinking.
I think I can get like a 925 on the split, but I could be wrong.
Dude, I think you split layer than me, and my goal is a 932 because I always.
So we're just kind of returning to flip side now. Mr. L's dead.
It's always
Dementia
something
just
dumb
killed
about
Mr. L.
There's always some dumb shit. And then if you don't do either of those.
So we're kind of approaching the last few chapters of the run. There's going to be a lot that kind of happens in these last few chapters.
It's like you fall at the beginning of the level.
I want to say that like the last bit of this run was the most optimized part of it, but I don't think that's the truth, to be honest. Well, I think Chapter 7 was good, but Chapter 8 was less good in this run, but you're going to see me do that same Z-jump you saw me do in a few of the other pre-chapters. And it's really nice here because we're actually already moving left, so it's a little bit weird in pre-chapter 6 because I think it's actually just a tiny bit slower than doing a gold bar clip. However, it is a little bit faster in every other spot. So we're just going to show Merlin this little stone rock, like, yo, what do we do with this? Merlin's kind of perplexed. And then, for some reason, Dementio just happens to be the most overpowered villain in this game. Like, you're telling me Dementio just spawns in this house, it's like, yo, and then he just sends these guys to hell. Like, there is a lot of questions I have about Dementio as a villain after this moment.
This is the PD with, like, the really tough final boss.
Dementio could have done this at any point in the game, by the way. It's just, right now. Now's the time.
I remember 7-4, you lost probably, like,
I lost like 33 to gold.
25.
33 to gold, man. It almost only 10 more seconds than that.
Yeah.
And so, just like that, Mario and crew are dead. They're dead.
Man, my gold on the
So, now we wake up in the underwear.
Years, man. I mean like 4 years, I'm pretty sure.
What is your gold?
557, it's like a 601 your timing.
Holy cow, man.
So this guy kind of just tells us we're dead. Mario's like, nah, I don't think so, pal. And so we're just gonna kind of just like walk around and see if we can find anything. And coming up in the next room is one of the most annoying characters in this game's history. Her name's Lovebee. And oh man, does she talk a lot. And she's particularly rude to us. So she tells us that we're ugly and to go away pretty much. And so we do that, because why do we want to waste our time with her? She will be more important later, but that's okay.
I didn't miss the chud jump.
So we're just going to keep heading to the right here.
That would have been so embarrassing.
Unfortunately, it is slower to pay this guy over here to take you across the river.
Holy, okay.
So we just kind of do our swim jumps to get across.
Have you tried the Zach strat?
It's a shame. I really wanted to watch the minute-long cutscene of us going across the river.
It's true.
No, I haven't.
Dude,
Mario would have had so much more energy to do everything else that's left in the run.
I'll show you how to do it.
So we're just going to quickly talk to Queen Jadis here, the Queen of the Underworld. She kind of like, she's going to judge us for our sins, and then she kind of senses the pure heart off of us. So we can show her, and what you guys might not have known is that there's actually cell phones in the Mario world. Not sure if this is what cell phones actually looked like in 2007, but it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, the 3-swim strat, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And so she just kind of asks us to go look for her daughter, Lovebee. We're like, oh yeah, okay. And then she just robs the pure heart off of us. It's like, I'll fix it.
I'm walking to the left here.
And so we just kind of head back this way. We're given a key. We have a trick coming out called Water Switch Gift that was originally found by Flash by accident in 2018.
That's okay.
So you're gonna watch me flip here to set up my 3D meter to take damage underwater. This is a neat little strat that I think Zach found, where you do like one swim here, one there, one there. It isn't that specific, but it just allows us to keep falling really, really fast down this way.
Man,
And so, this new method was actually found by, I believe, Zach. Which flip, and you swim, and you take damage into the corner.
Yes, dude. Oh,
And now we're kind of out of bounds, so we can skip this whole section you're seeing on your left.
I can't hear you, but I can assure you that you are
And a little bit farther that you can, and a little bit more that you can see farther down.
Yeah, there's a massive water switch puzzle that you have to do, where it's like you interact with the levers and it lowers the water and then, raises it back up. You just have to do that for a bunch of puzzle solving, but We can save a ton of time just by clipping out of bounds there, and we're going to do one more on the way back.
So that saves roughly 45 seconds. It's a pretty big time save.
I'm so glad I found like that.
We're going to quickly pick up Luigi here. Unlike Peach and Bowser, though, we will be staying as Luigi for a brief bit. Luigi will have utility before we switch back to Mario.
I don't think you know how much I hated.
And so actually, on the way back, the method of water switch skip that we do was actually found by me. I discovered it one day while testing a few ideas in a VC. And so Igurumi was able to take my idea and kind of apply it in a different spot that makes it quite a bit easier.
That's the right way to do it, by the way.
And so this actually doesn't require like any kind of crazy timing. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna like do a very, very quick lineup in this corner here. Just hold up left, and we go directly into the wall. We just walk right through it. Corners in this game are very optional, if it wasn't already apparent. And so this saves about 2 seconds over the other method, which was not only was it slower, but it was a lot harder. So like that, most of pre-chapter 7 is pretty much done. It's just a lot of running around now. There is just like a small bit of minor time saves. That's overall coming up near the end here. We're going to use Luigi to jump up on a pipe. Take a little bit of time, moving all the way back across the room. And then we'll use Mario's 3D ability to do a neat little bit of platforming you'll see here. Just quickly jump up here. There is like another instance of us doing a delayed text box to with Love Be here. We'll also do like a small little trick where we just kind of like we'll jump into the cutscene so we don't have to walk very far from the left.
What? In return?
So after this text box, we'll let it finish scrolling out for just a small moment, and then we'll close it out.
That was you.
Usual.
That was you who found it, I think.
Oh really? I'm pretty sure it's
So now we're just kind of heading back to Queen JD's.
I feel like no, that was. I feel like Zach was not around when this was found though. You know what I mean? Like.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure I just copied someone. Someone did it. I don't remember who. I just copied them.
It was probably Ghost.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no boat guy again.
I swear Ghost got it from you.
I want justice for the boat guy. Can we make boat guy present a category?
From someone that they got it from.
Yeah.
No wheels, thanks for the GL. I appreciate that. Gonna need it.
I think it would be a better category
This is
than
a
feed the
banger run
meatball.
So far. We could be like this would have been like the 344 pacer of all. Ooh, that was dumb. Second there. Like the 344 pacer of all time had I not gotten shut it out in 5-4 and entered 6.
Sorry thou art so hairy. Love Be 2007.
I would have like
Or one of my favorite lines in this whole game.
Game over, game over, game over, game over, game over, game over. Continue.
Time to go back.
Alright, I'll take that. Nice
As
gold.
Stevie put it, that is, we just completed the Gone split.
Bigger of a gold had I not done the random pause menu, but.
Yeah, we're back now with Mario and Luigi. Peach and Bowser aren't here either. So now we just kind of gotta keep progressing kind of without them for the time being. We will be picking up Bowser again. Peach we will not be picking up again.
Ooh, I lost time.
Just like every other hard pillar, flop side just has same locations for the hard pillars as flip side, just on opposite sides, obviously. So we're just kind of heading back to where the chapter 3 hard pillar would be in flip side, but in flop side instead. Not really anything interesting on the split. It's just kind of doing some running around to put the heart in the pillar.
Only interesting thing is that you do have to use Luigi to get up here. Which is, I guess, pretty neat, because, like, we obviously got the first 3 characters in the first 3 chapters, but we don't get Luigi till chapter 7.
It is honestly kind of a shame that we get Luigi so late in the run. But it is kind of what it is. And Luigi is actually used a fair amount in chapter 7 compared to Bowser and Peach using the perspective in their own chapters that they are kind of like given to you in. This is actually one of the few instances where we will be staying as Luigi for the first little bit of the next few levels. I actually don't think we used Mario once in 7 once, or 7-2.
I'm just using the return.
I think about it.
Pretty much in 7-1. I mean, I'll be there in like 10 seconds.
Alright, we're finally going to go into chapter 7. We get to see what brand new world we're going to be taken to. I can't wait to see where we are.
Like,
Who would have known
I think, like,
that
actually, genuinely, if we gold peach skip, I
this
think I can get like a
subterranean vacation that we've been promised,
that'd be,
this
like,
new
that'd be-
world
this
that
would
we
be, like,
weren't
the greatest
really
thing
ready
to do,
for,
and like
is really just
be like
you
I don't
escape
think
hell
I'd
just to
be
go
able
all the way
I'd
back.
probably be, like, really-
Welcome back to the underwear.
Timothy,
You can't ever truly escape.
I already think the 346 current one is the strongest record.
So just this time around, we're going to be skipping the HP fountain. I'm pretty close to a level up at this point. We're on the next boss fight, which will be Bowser in the next level. I will level up. You'll actually see an interesting piece of movement here, which can only be done with Luigi because he has the higher jumps. And so we're going to take full advantage of this. I do actually mess it up right here because I had a weird jump there. Look at that, it's Zach. For anyone who doesn't know, Zach will be joining us a little bit here for commentary.
It's okay. I'll just get like the 7.
I am already in the underwear.
It won't matter.
It is hot enough that it feels like it outside, though.
It definitely could happen.
Well, more like inside, because it's actually hotter inside than it is out. But that's
What
okay.
is your goal on 7-2?
744. It's alright.
Oh, you can cut like 5 off at least.
But yeah, we will be returning back
It's not
to
gonna matter because I'm gonna save 40 seconds on peach skip anyways.
7-1 and be like, he's like, oh, you're... I don't know how she doesn't really know you're collecting pure hearts before, because you never really given back the pure hearts by the looks of it. You just always kind of had them on you.
Do you like super jump Bowser? Like,
And she's like, okay, what I need you to do is take my daughter, Love Bee,
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Not like
Up.
every hit, 'cause it's not
upwards
I don't
to
think
the
it's
heavens,
faster for every hit.
to what they call the over there.
Like, I get some crazy 7-2s with it. Like, I think
There's a rumor of a dangerous monster being released,
740, 739.
or escaping from imprisonment
Zach
down
loves
here,
it, but Zach's
up in
38.
the,
I don't even know. I think 738 just had god tier tippies.
up in the over there. So
On, like,
JD's wants her daughter to be safe and escorted by Luigi and
Stuff like that, that's just
Mario.
best. It kind of sucks that I lost time because I got like my move messed up because I accidentally bonked the pike, which I usually don't do that. And then like it just caused like me to miss the one, but that's fine.
So 7-2 is a pretty optimized level. It's a pretty interesting level strategy-wise. You kind of have to go through the next room you go through like 3 times in total in the run.
Yeah,
It is a little bit absurd,
go complete, like,
but
Chud mode.
I think the movement is fairly fun, at least, so.
7-2 is really chill, I feel like, outside of Bowser.
Gotta lock in on the stairs.
Yeah, this level is a lot of rooms, which you'll see here, where you kind of have to do things in the dark. You could technically use Bowser to like light the flames and be able to see, but just with good knowledge of the room layouts, you can get through them fairly easily.
Was that a ZachLink99?
So we'll be talking to this guy, His name is Door Guy the First. So just quickly answer his quiz. It's always the same options. It's always the first, and then the second, and the second option again.
That's actually crazy.
Door Guy the Thirsty. That's the one. That's the one.
Oh. Yeah, it depends, like...
Oh wow, I think I landed like the perfect spot on this one. I didn't even move. But we're gonna talk to these guys. They're gonna laugh like, haha, he's not gonna take out the monster. And they were like, yes. And they're like, haha. Oh wait, he's being serious. And so they let us in the door for some reason. And it turns out that this is not the monster that escaped the underwear. It is indeed our good fire-breathing friend slash arch nemesis, Bowser. And so Bowser gets upset because he thinks we were hiding Peach from him for some reason. And so he challenges us to a fight. And so this fight is a little different than it used to be. We used to use a shell shock on this fight. But we will be using Luigi and Cudge. Overall, I got kind of unlucky with my RNG on this fight, but overall, pretty decent fight. Not any really big mistakes. We will also hit my next level up, which is an HP level up. So yeah, now I have 35 HP.
Jump like that, but I actually think it made the jumps make the fight really easy. To be fair, because it makes like the setup for the Cudge hits really easy.
Yeah.
Time to climb some stairs.
Walk in for a second.
So for anyone who doesn't know how many stairs there are, there's 40. So you can probably tell that if you look at my camera, I'm pretty locked in on this. I'm counting. I kind of used the 30-second step as a kind of a mark because that's the last one with the dry bones. I believe it was that one. On the 39th, you jump left to the 40th stair. Now we have Door Guy the Second, which is going to give us another quiz. This one's a lot longer, and if you get it wrong, he doesn't tell you till the very end. And so if you accidentally miss input, then you lose pretty much a minute on this split. It's usually you don't make a mistake. It's also easy to go slow and to not worry about losing too much time.
Usually you don't make a mistake unless you're JCR turning his 356 into a 357.
I did not know that happened here at 350s. For anyone who doesn't know, JCR will be making a return to this game. Not necessarily in the near future, but soon.
I'll do an 90% run once more in my lifetime.
It's really hot in my room.
That one run will be the first ever sub 3.
The hardest part about speedrunning in the summer is it gets so hot that it's actually hard to hold the controller sometimes. Wow, it was so bad. It was like I remember.
He's gonna find out how to sequence break into the underwear by dying early in the run.
Off the control stick every 2 seconds.
That's horrible.
Dude, it was so hot. It was like.
But yeah, we get all the way to the top here, and then she's like, "Hey, guess what? I need you to go down there and pick some up for me. Then I'll let you progress."
It was hot, man.
So we pick up her diet book. Now we have to climb back up this room for the second time.
Even after I showered, I felt disgusting. Oh man, I'm shut down already.
I'm actually really interested in this split a little bit more, getting a little bit better at it. I did mess this up a fair bit. You saw I kind of missed like a jump there. I didn't have the greatest Bowser fight ever. I got kind of unlucky. We had to climb up these stairs again. I think I dropped 2 stairs. It might have only been 1, but it takes about 20 seconds. I think it takes about 20 seconds to climb these stairs. About 2 stairs a second.
Shuddy.
So I only dropped 1 stair. Overall, pretty good.
No, I like drop 1.
My gold here is fairly improvable. Still, I believe Zach has about a 738 or something crazy like that. Oh, whoops. Just ignore that. But we give the lady her diet book. Now we're gonna just keep progressing. If you remember earlier, me and JCR kind of discussed that we were picking up the shooting star for the boss fight coming up here. So the Underchomp is a very interesting boss fight. It's kind of like Burwat, where it's very unique in this game. It's its own kind of thing where it functions quite a bit differently than other fights in the game.
The biggest one.
You're just me getting really unlucky there, by the way. That's really annoying.
Not carry, bro. Why'd you tippy carry?
But yeah, this is the only turn-based RPG battle in the game, and we pretty much skip it by just using the shooting star. There is like a fun little thing you can do where you can use Piccolo to make these guys fall asleep and take them out pretty fast.
You do have to memorize the well, it's the 4th menu option, and then you kind of have to know what the shooting star text looks like in Japanese when you're running this game at a top level.
Actually, no. I'll go with this.
You can also just have it like written down in your splits, or like it's usually like whatever's at the bottom of your inventory if you didn't pick up or didn't use or if you didn't pick up or you used the shroom shake earlier in the run.
Second and a half
But that was indeed a gold split, so that was good. So coming up here, kind of see my BPTs at a 344.24, and we are on one of the hardest levels in this entire game. So 7-3 is a very, very vertical level. Typically, the way this level plays out is you find Peach. Love Bee kind of sends you on a fetch quest. It's like, hey, you want to wake her up, you have to black apple. And kind of as you kind of look, you have to look for a specific apple. And so you can kind of...
Dude, shout out to my neighbor. This is the 2nd time this stream that's happened, but my mic didn't pick up the first time.
I actually got jump scared a little by that one. Fun aside, usually... the way you do it normally. So you have to find the apple for Peach, but usually when you're feeding Peach the apples and kind of seeing what each one does, it's memorized. The red one makes Peach big. You have to bring that up to the Cloud Cyrus after getting Peach. But Zach, since you're here now, quickly, would you like to give yourself an introduction?
Hello everyone, my name is ZachLink99. I also speedrun Super Paper Mario, and I just wanted to say quickly, while Castle is just doing some regular movement here, that this is probably the craziest speedrun. Well, no, not probably. This is the craziest speedrun of this game in the entire history of SPM, and I'm so excited to join for the last hour here, especially in 7-3, which is going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. I guess if you want to keep going, like, would you like to explain to the fans what Peach Skip is?
I will, but first of all, Castle just did this cool strat in this room where he skipped waiting for a yellow platform by going around the room. It was found maybe 5 years ago or something. Just a quick 1 second time save. And yeah, Peach Skip, yeah, that's something we're starting right now. So normally when you do this level, you get some apples, but Castle is doing some Thudley jumps across this gap here. Normally you have to use Peach to get across here, but we know Thudley jumps exist, so we're just going to use them. But the hardest part is not that. That's actually the easiest part. Or actually, that's the second easiest part. We'll see the easiest part later. But right now, we're going to get to the top of the level. And to get to the top of the level, we're going to have to do 40-ish Thudley jumps. So in the next room, actually, we're going to see that. And it's going to be absolutely crazy. So normally you have to feed this Cloud Cyrus 2 apples. Or sorry, 1 apple. You have to feed Cyrus an apple to get to the top. And you can only do that after feeding Peach an apple to wake her up. So basically we're gonna skip all of that, and it saves probably about a minute, to be honest, now, because there was some optimizations to the no peak skip route. But it seems like getting the record without peak skip is basically, I wouldn't say impossible now, but it might as well be impossible.
Yeah,
completely unrealistic.
Yeah, so the alternative to doing peak skip optimally is you do a glitch called apple cutscene skip, where you pretty much just go get the apples first, and then you don't ever have to actually really go through the peach cutscene. It just overlaps with the cutscene that kind of came before it, or that comes after it too. So there's that. Also, just kind of here, I didn't do it, but there is like a little cycle skip you can do. I don't go for it because it doesn't save a lot of time, and if you mess it up, you lose a lot. But this is kind of like the beginning of peach skip. I will actually say, starting this off, is that like this start was really scary when I was here. I was really thinking I was cooked, but it ends up all right in the end.
Yeah, that start, and anytime like a start like that happens on a good run, it just never feels good. Like I don't know if you have this problem, but I do. Like my body temperature, like I overheat when I'm doing bad at peak skip. And I start sweating.
Like you sweat.
That happens.
The adrenaline kicks in a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, like one time I was literally sweating so hard, like I could just feel like just drooping down my body. I was like, this is terrible.
You can like feel it. You can like feel the sweat coming out of like every pore. It's bad.
Yeah, it's so terrible.
And so you'll kind of notice that early on is like I'm dropping a lot of thuddly jumps, and not only that, but I'm not backing them up well. Luckily here you can kind of see that I'm getting my rhythm pretty like really well here. It's very minimal mistakes to the end from this point on, I believe. Very interesting, because back in the day, like a 630 peach skip would have been like absolutely insane. But for a run like this one, it's almost like getting that is almost like a run killer. Not necessarily actually a run killer, but it's a little bit quite a bit harder to PB. You can kind of tell me to the end here is I like drop, and I'm like, you can tell I'm not backing them up great, but I'm not doing terrible either. Obviously on a run like this you get pretty nervous, especially with 344 being my kind of major goal, my final, admittedly like my final goal in SPM. I don't really know what to do with any percent anymore. I mentioned this earlier, but 343 is definitely possible, but it's like you'd have to do a lot of grinding to get it, and I just don't think I want to do that. But
so here's a cool jump right here.
We got the jump.
You can jump across this gap. Usually a casual would use peak. You could also use Luigi too, but yeah, this jump is pretty cool. It's a few frame window. It's a lot harder than it looks, to be honest, but it's also not that bad. So
missing it is kind of cringe though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it kind of is. But Castle's not cringe, so he didn't miss it.
I don't miss it. We're good. Another one of those instances where it's like I messed that up and I didn't get 344. But yeah, with that we're done.
Like you could have messed up a text box.
Gotten bad RNG or something, but yeah, that was 7-3. If you are really lost on everything that happened in that split, do not worry. It's a pretty crazy level. But from here on out, we're kind of on the last major stretch of thuddly jumps in the run. We're coming up on 2 big uses that will save us about a total of, I believe, 6 minutes overall. The first skip is going to be elevator skip. We kind of just skip going and unfreezing a dude to let us ride his elevator. And then the next one is Rainbow Bridge skip, which I believe is the biggest time save in the game currently. Pretty much we're going to be doing first off here we're going to do 2 thuddly jumps to get up. Zach, you're gonna like how good my thuddly jumps look here. Like they are actually like mint. I'll just let the gameplay show. Look at this.
2 perfect ones. I'd love to see it. So much height too.
It was like right before this run I kind of found out like how to do it really well, and I was really satisfied with that. But the next part here is Rainbow Bridge skip, where we'll be doing 4 thuddly jumps. I do kind of mess it up in this run, so it does take, I think, I was either 5 or 6. See, I drop a lot of height here. 4.
That's fine.
So,
F5, nice those jumps.
still 5, yeah. Unfortunately, lost a little bit of time because of the missed lovely jumps, but overall, I did save a lot of time over my PB here because my former PB, my 346 had a pretty big meltdown in chapter 7-4. But we're kind of approaching the end of the level here, which is nice. Kind of seeing a big war between these evil guys that we actually have no idea about because we kind of skipped their whole plot line, but that's okay.
Shoutouts to anyone who remembers my old Twitter background being this fight.
Shoutouts to anyone who remembers the ZachLink99 Rainbow Bridge skip instead of the shared stats run.
No shoutouts to those people. No shoutouts to those people. Flash, no shoutouts to you, man. No shoutouts to you. Nice stair jumps here. It's funny with those stairs. I'm not sure if we talked about stairs in 1-4 because I wasn't here, but you want to kind of like not hit the bump the edge of them. And Castle does a pretty good job at like making sure he doesn't like hit the edge, because if you hit the edge you just lose some time. So
it's not a lot of time, but you lose momentum that you have to like rebuild. Usually I think those stairs are a little bit wider than the other stairs in the game, so it is quite a bit easier to do that without crouch jumping, but I just opt the crouch jump because I don't have carry anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
here's something interesting with Bone Chill. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you go. This is more important because we're right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something interesting with Bone Chill here is if you do a Thudley ground pound right under him, you kind of clip up to the ceiling and you can just keep ground pounding to eventually kill him, and you get stuck in the ceiling like this. So unfortunately, it's pretty precise. Like the timing is actually quite hard to get first try every time. So sometimes we have to back it up, just like Castle did there.
I also got like good RNG there. Like I probably lost like 3 seconds to that, to be honest, but overall not a bad 7-4. Obviously there's time saved there for whenever I want to do more attempts to beat this run, but overall pretty solid chapter 7. I'd say like a golden 7-2. I golded return.
I don't know how that bone
like a low 6-1x 7-3 is really good. You always love to see one of those. And obviously, like I didn't match my gold here or anything, but I did save a pretty significant portion of my time.
Dude, it's okay. Just get like a Zach 8-3.
I mean, more than a Zach 8-3, dude. Holy.
Here's one of the longest sequences of mashing text in a row in the run.
Yeah.
Or at least it's a significant amount of time. I guess
it is the longest stretch of mashing without any breaks.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Much. Well, I guess
on this one,
the first
JCR, I believe that like you cried tears of joy when you watched Love Be Die because you were so sick of her.
Whoa.
Okay. I don't know if I cried tears of joy, but
you said something like that on the stream.
I might have. Yeah, I probably did.
I did.
Oh, this is not as bad as I thought, actually.
Oh, that chapter 7's done. We're looking pretty good on time here, roughly. We're gonna be exiting with about a 3:44:39 BPT into chapter 8. So I think it is really funny that in this run, it's like every time after 5-4, every single segment, I'm like, oh, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening.
So blessed.
But this chapter 8 really turns things around. I like the second half of chapter 8 at least.
Get it during the pre-8 cutscene.
Having trouble seeing your best possible time, but it's like 3:44:28.
38.
Does it say, or 38?
38.
Dude, I wanted to say actually, like when I popped in earlier and I saw your best possible, it was like 3:44:20 something or whatever. I was like, it's kind of crazy how close you kept to it for the rest of the run, because I feel like every other run people have ever done, you lose more than a minute to some of best before chapter 7 to the end, right? Like I don't think anyone's done a sub-minute on some of best. Like that's really impressive.
I think if you want to add on to that, like I think this was actually like I think from like the end of chapter, like it was either Enter 6 or 5-4 that I hit a 344 BPT, and I was able to play that out till the end. And I mean, like, I've learned to the like I've gotten good enough to the point where it's like it's not hard to play through a lot of these levels fast, because it's the same strats I've done like for years and years at this point. And I'm pretty consistent at them, and I've done lots of runs, but I think if you look in the corner, like that is like 2,829 attempts or something like that. How many of those have finished? We don't need to talk about that.
Oh my god.
But
at least one.
At least one.
This is the first one, actually.
So okay, so it's 26-29. So we actually want to look at this. Out of all the runs I've done on these splits, I'll check real quick. I finished 29 runs since I've gotten sub 4.
You fetch and lag. Oh my gosh, I thought I crashed.
But I was actually looking through almost my old splits, and I found like some my old like 440 splits, like a 440-45 or some crap, or a 445 something, 445 like 21 or something. I don't remember what it was.
Well, you beat it by an hour. That's crazy.
Over an hour even, which is nuts. Like,
yeah,
we were kind of talking about this earlier, but it's like, oh, here we go. Hashtag Thubby Jump. Hashtag my future profit.
Wait, what?
I have a signed tie from one of my buddies that just says hashtag Thubby Jump. Hashtag my future profit.
Gordon, whenever you get here, just know you're a dog.
That's crazy.
I told him and my other buddy called him Cole. Say better.
The hashtag Thubby Jump really did hit hard this run.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want a ping, or do you want a ping?
Dude, hit the ping. Hit the ping. This is
But yeah,
like,
we were talking about this earlier. This game and the community's come a long way. Also, this flip right here is really weird. Like,
oh, that was like, dude, that was like an optimal.
Yeah, you
flip.
flipped
It was
right on
so
the
horrible
edge.
that I actually couldn't flip again when I got
and,
back.
and it wouldn't let me flip again after that point either, which is kind of funny.
That was so weird.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before. It's really weird if you flip like way too quickly there.
Or should be telling my inventory.
Okay, so right here is a trick called null room cutscene skip, found by yours truly, and I found it like, I don't know, like 6 years ago or something, or maybe 5 years ago,
Probably
something like
yeah.
that, when gold bar clipping came out. And basically what you do is you gold bar clip in, you flip back into 2D here, and then you walk in and you hold up. And what happens is you can actually open the door while the screen is turning back around because you're in 2D. So it kind of like reads the door as being right in front of you. So you skip this whole cutscene and it saves like 25 seconds or something. There is another method where you can do an FLC, but it's very risky. And I think Castle made a good decision not going for it, because, you know, this 344 could have just not happened if he, you know, pressed right a little bit too much. So, good call.
Yeah, they are roughly the same speed. The FLC is like about, I think, like 2 seconds faster if you do it really fast.
Yeah. I think, yeah, maybe even 3, because you get to save like a second at the bottom with the flips. But it's just like, when we say really fast, we're like, you're like, oh, like, come on, 3 seconds is a lot of time. But it's like, even on a run like this where Castle would want to take some extra time to confirm that he has the right position, is going to lose like 3 seconds, so...
I turn on my Wii game.
You also end up having to switch to carry in the next level anyways, along with a slightly longer cutscene. So
Yeah.
it pretty much balances itself near the end anyways.
So here's the stair jumps. These are pretty interesting. If you like
I
switch
really sucked
from
at
like
these
a
ones.
diagonal, that's okay. We can still talk about it. If you switch from a diagonal like to another diagonal when you jump, you can kind of keep some extra momentum and get some nice stair jumps. You can actually do it in, what is it, 3 jumps? I think if you do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
So the reason the diagonal jumps kind of work, also hardest part about Peach Skip right here. You gotta do the one
No, it's the
Thubby jump.
easiest, Castle.
No, it's the hardest part. It's always been the hardest part about Peach Skip.
No, it's the easiest. I think you just suck at Peach Skip.
It's true. It's why I lose time here later.
Hardest part about Peach Skip. Halfway done.
But yeah, the stairs are kind of interesting just because the diagonal actually helps a little bit because it actually slows your horizontal speed down, I believe it is. And so it just gives you a little bit more, just a little bit more leeway to press 2. I did kind of shut out and mess it up, but not a big deal. It's like a second lost at most.
So this is the hardest part about peach shed, just so you know, Castle.
I know. I mess it up and everything.
Like, all the nerves that you have, you know. Oh man, you really messed it up, man. You failed more Dudley jumps there than you did all of peach skip probably. Well, not quite, but just about.
Yeah, but minor time loss, not a big deal. Sometimes that stuff just kind of happens.
I don't think this
It does.
after that. I lost a lot of time.
It is kind of unfortunate that did happen, but it all worked out in the end.
My Dudley jumps are like on point, but
You can kind of tell at this point, like I'm feeling a little bit discouraged that I just can't get a 344. I really think that this chapter 8 is like an absolute cinematic masterpiece. Like this is like a whole movie, to be honest.
Really,
It's like,
is.
oh, I can't get 344 anymore, and then like, it's like, oh,
Flush
maybe
out.
I could get it. Oh, I can't get it anymore.
I
And
just
this
can't
is-
wait till you guys see the last splits. Like it is nuts.
It's gonna be crazy, man. Some nice stair jumps there. Perfect example.
We
of the
we
three
fixed
jumps.
it. We fixed the stairs from earlier.
All right, so 235 here.
3-5. And so we did. This is kind of like one of the portions that we kind of mentioned earlier with 8-1 early, is that this is one of the things that you need, a specific thing that you can't get, and that the specific thing you need is Bowser for this puzzle. I do apply the same principle as the last stairs here, where I'm in 3D and I kind of just jump up here because I need to be in 3D anyways. And also this
Yeah.
door is off center, just so you guys know.
get wrecked, nerds.
Dude,
That's the.
Sorry, I know
Also,
that
yeah,
was
let's
uncool.
complain. Sorry, before I say that something, let's complain about the door being off center. Like, come on, guys. Like, really?
There is a few spots
Why?
where actually there's like textures
JCR.
unaligned.
JCR, what's your thoughts on that door?
dude, I hate that door. It's like my least favorite door in the game.
Cool. I was gonna say instead of using Bowser on the fire things, why don't you just use a fire burst?
It's true.
Alright, so here's Chunks. Best thing to do is to just kind of jump fire him. You can actually like jump on him and then like fire back to get like double hits, but it's a little risky. He can like grab you and stuff, so.
If I was lucky, I would have.
Usually doesn't grab you in this fight, oddly enough. It just means like it just a very high chance you'll get hit, or like you just won't get the double hit at all. So
Yeah.
it's just better to go. I decided to play it safer here and not go for those double hits. You'll kind of notice that pattern a bit here in Chapter 8. So I'm just trying to finish out this run and get a low 345. That's kind of my goal by this point.
We're about to enter the number one.
But overall, like pretty good 8-1, just bad Dudley jumps, which just kind of happens sometimes. Like it's happens to every runner.
300k by dim.
Some runs are just better than others in terms of Dudley jumps.
No, like you still only have to do like what 4 hits.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy lifted a heavy dresser yesterday, and it kind of reminds me of this cutscene.
Would you say you're Bowser or O'Chunks?
I think about it.
I would say it. That's a good question.
I don't know. Kind of.
I'd say I was more like Bowser. Yeah,
It can be helpful.
All right,
'cause I
all
was just
right.
raging the whole time.
It's not worth it to like go out of your way to get 300k.
Hey, super stupid bros, move on already.
Time loss. It's pretty bad.
Is that what you said
Remember,
to
kids,
your friend?
don't get on carry here.
Those stubbies did a lot of damage.
Sorry, what were you saying, Castle?
Is that I said? Is that what you said to your friend? Is you're just like
8-2.
super stupid bros? Hurry up, get out of here!
8-2 gold incoming.
No, I didn't say that.
Dang, missed opportunity.
Dude, literally I feel like the entire level of 8.
But I did feel like crashing IRL. Speaking of crashing, we're in the level called The Crash.
Like,
There's actually a funny joke me and Zach had for a long time. That was just like, instead of saying crash, we'd just say don't 8-2 this run. So we're just gonna move to this room in 2D. Luckily I got really good RNG. They all moved to the right.
Can I give a shout out for this room?
Give a shout out for this room.
So shout outs to Yoshizilla for finding this flipless movement, for just trying it randomly in a run and it just working.
I know. I don't know why this.
And I was
I had-
just like going insane.
I actually had no idea he did that.
Yeah, he just tried it and he got like good RNG too. Okay, here's something interesting. We could skip hitting this block and going into the basement and like doing all these things by doing some Dudley jumps here. You can actually do it in one, which Castle tried, but unfortunately he missed it, so just back up with 2 Dudleys. And we can skip going in this basement and then entering like a door and then hitting a switch and then entering a pipe to get to the top there, so it saves like a minute.
It probably still would have been faster to jump on the block and reset it up real quick, but I decided to just go with the safe strat for this one.
Yeah, no
Just
one
to be
wants
sure.
to retry that block strat because it's only a few frame window, for the Dudley jump. So like, you have to get the Dudley jump, which is frame perfect, in like a few frame window in your jump. So it's like no one really likes it.
Hey, look, a mushroom. They're all traps. But nope, gotta get this one. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. In my tummy. Whenever I see this room, I just think of this one clip of Yoshi just messing it up really badly.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I remember.
JCR, what do I do?
Wait, doesn't he keep saying like what the frick?
Something like that, yeah. Yoshi, if you're watching this at any point in time, shout out to you. You're a real one.
Shout out to Yoshizilla. Okay, so here you could lose like the whole run if you pick Francis, because you can respawn Francis for some reason, because we love Francis so much, we love fighting him so much that we're gonna spawn him in again. If you do, you could technically FLC to skip him. You could gold bar clip out of bounds and then do an FLC to skip the fight. So remember that in case you somehow pick Francis on accident, but I don't think anyone ever would.
It almost happened one time when Flash chose the wrong menu, but he was lucky because it wasn't in the right set of text boxes, so he did not lose world record that run, fortunately.
Yeah.
JCR, would you like
FLC
to?
is crazy precise too.
Yeah. JCR, would you like to explain the 8-2 Mimi fight?
Yeah, 8-2 Mimi. This strat, honestly, I think. I know at one point in time I used to use carry on this, but it's so much better if you don't. I learned that somewhat recently.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
yeah, basically, Mimi has cycles where, like, I think it's after the second hit, there's like a chance that she can perform like a spin attack animation that lasts like 15 seconds or something like that. By getting like, I think we have a 7-frame window to get specific hit timing. We can actually just like skip that, which you'll see here. Right there.
Frame window. I think the frame window depends on like each hit, because like if she's going into like the spinning animation, that's when I think it's 7 frames. Otherwise, it's just a million frames basically.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, it's a really good
So
fight.
technically, the hit itself is actually frame perfect, but it's just like you just gotta jump.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it is just like a pretty tight frame window to kind of like set it up. You'll notice there I actually use Peach's parasol a little bit so I can glide and slow it down a little bit to give myself a little bit more time to set up properly. That's kind of the advantage over using no carry or over using carry. So I like that. We one cycle the boss, saved 45 seconds over missing the cycle skip.
Let me clarify what Castle meant there by like it's a 1-frame window, but it's 7 frames, because you might be a little confused. So basically, there's only 1 frame in Mimi's animation where you're able to hit her, right? But if you're in your parasol and you're gliding for 7 frames over that hitbox, where you can hit her for 1 frame. If that makes sense. Hope that kind of clarifies it more, because I was so confused when I was trying to like lab this fight and people were saying it's a 7-frame window and 1 frame. I had no clue what they meant, but that's basically what it is. You're hovering over the hitbox.
You're in the spot where you can hit her for 7 frames.
Yes, but she's only hittable for 1 frame. So you kind of like try and aim for the middle of that so that you can get it consistently. So if you go 3 frames early on your jump or 3 frames late, it'll still work. So. Okay, so here's 8-3. This is probably one of the coolest levels in the run. Not because it's like super glitchy or anything, but lots of
long,
cool mid-tech
lots of strats.
So, yeah.
So even just starting out, you notice we kind of just pick up that fast flower that's there to get through this room fast, and we're gonna see some of this interesting tech and movement. Usually, so you have to go up top to that platform, but most people think you have to start from the left and move right. you can actually just Luigi jump up here and then jump down, and it counts as clearing the room. And even just this next room, we have the first mirror room, where we kind of can just like find one of the empty windows, which is one conveniently right on the left here. We kind of jump through, kind of run down this way to get the key.
The reason why it was faster in the last room to Luigi jump on the right side is because you'd have to Luigi jump up, switch back to Mario, and then flip like in 3D because you have to dodge this enemy that's like undodgeable. So it kind of just saves a little bit of time that way. It was actually found by casuals many times before us speedrunners rediscovered it. I think I rediscovered it like, I don't know, like 6 years ago or something.
At some point when you were labbing the big 8-3.
Yeah, 6 or 7 years ago. I hate to say that, but 6, 7. Anyways. Sorry for your ears. So you might notice Castle jumps off carry here before jumping. You might think he's like being silly, but there's actually a reason to it. You can't hit the block unless you jump off carry. You might have also seen him do that in pre-chapter 7 as well. Those are 2 instances where you just kind of utilize Luigi's bigger jump without being on carry. These magic blocks here are very, very RNG heavy. They can hit you a couple times if you're not careful. They also give you boosts too, so you can actually, if you jump off the side of one, you can gain a lot of speed and you can save some time. So
like that.
Castle did one of those right there, yeah. It's kind of hard to notice, but the speed boost is actually pretty significant. So,
just while we have a second here, Zach, do you want to quickly explain the tonicless route difference?
Oh, sure, yeah. So in this run, you would have noticed that Castle actually got an HP plus. So he did HP plus early. He clipped out of bounds in pre-chapter 3 to grab an HP plus. So here's the thing is you can actually skip getting that and you can get an Ultra Shroom and 4-2 instead. But the problem is you actually skip getting a tonic, right? So you skip getting the tonic for Dimentio in this level. So in that first mirror run that Castle was in, you can actually grab an Ice Storm there. You can use the Ice Storm on Dimentio at the end of this level. And it actually ends up being about, the kind of rough timings I got was about 8 seconds faster on average, assuming that you don't get screwed by RNG. The only thing is you can really get screwed by RNG. So it kind of makes sense that Castle wasn't doing it because there's even some cases where you can just lose your whole run because you didn't get lucky enough with coins. And, you know, Castle was aiming for consistency a lot this run, which definitely paid off. And it does pay off in this kind of category. So it really does make sense that he didn't do it. I assume he would do it if he went for like a 343 or something.
From here on out, we will be doing tonicless because that's kind of the risk I need to take. But just a quick thing here is you did notice I did a gold bar clip here. We're going to set up for an FLC to open the lock at the edge of this room. I had a bit of a slow setup here, but still overall faster, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. It saves a lot of time. Like, it looks kind of stupid because the door is just like a few seconds away. But the main part is skipping that door animation because as soon as you put the lock, like as soon as you click 2 for the lock, it just starts loading the next room. Whereas if you open the door manually, it has that unlock animation and then you walk to the middle of the door and then it opens and closes and it just takes forever. So that actually saves like 5 seconds or something.
Yeah. It also allows us to have Fleet ready for that room right there that we were in.
Mm-hmm. So here Castle's trying to get some points to get 300k before Dimentio. There's also a kind of like little spring grind we can do in 4-2 as well to get to 300k, which I assume you get 300k, right?
No, I don't get 300k till I get 300k on Dimentio by killing Dimentio.
Okay.
It just turns out being faster.
Doesn't really make a difference.
No, it only allows you to jump on Dimentio for 1 hit, I believe. And so this actually works out because if I had to slow down to get the Ultra Shroom Shake, I would have not gotten the run.
Yeah, like it still is fine to have less than 300k, but you need to get really lucky for tonicless. So okay, so here's 2 Thudley jumps. We don't have to do like we don't have to go through the lasers like we did when we were in 2-3 for the first time. Now that we have Thudley, we can just Thudley jump up. Also
a very good 2 Thudley jumps for that. I am very satisfied with that.
Which spot are we talking about? Are we still talking like get to the very top platform?
And so the chase here is actually like not like a really hard segment, but it takes a lot. There's a lot of things that you can optimize here. A lot of it is just like re-optimizing certain segments. I don't know why I jumped out of the water another time here.
If you walk far enough right on like the bottom,
but you'll notice that there's just like certain ways, like certain times I switch to pixels and certain times I don't. Like you'll see me in the water, the 3-2, 4-2, and 5-2. I'll stay as Fleep until the end of 5-2, just because it's actually slower to switch to carry since we need to keep using Fleep anyways.
Yeah, it's only marginally slower to switch to carry, but just kind of use as much optimizations as we can here. So this room is really interesting. Sometimes that Copta can get in the way, but thankfully we got some good luck there. And also that spring can get in the way. I don't know if it's actually RNG, but it kind of feels like it.
I think it is, but it's
yeah.
You can usually dodge it by either going up to the ledge above or going in that little hole in 3D and then fleeping from there. Usually it works out if you go to the far right, though, I've noticed. If not, like, you can just readjust your position as needed.
Yeah.
And we're back to this, the best segment. We took a lot of notes last time, Zach.
Oh, you did? I'm so glad, because I was just about to take some notes here.
Oh, yeah. We gotta, like, double down and take some notes. Like, let's hit some right now. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Like...
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that dust pattern. Look at that frame rule.
Dude, that dust pattern. I gotta take notes.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that jump over the ledge.
Dude, the wall boost off that flag. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it was so good, man. Like, dude, the holding right, and he's gonna jump here to get off carry, and it's gonna be so insane. He's gonna jump frame perfectly. Did you guys know that every input in this run is frame perfect?
If you press it on these exact frames, you will get the same run. Like, write that down. Write that down.
Right, I'm writing it down. I don't know if you can hear my keyboard.
I can't hear
this time, but you can't
hear. Here we go. We can hear. I think you should do it louder. I don't know if I can hear it well enough.
I'm doing it so loud, bro.
There we go. Now the fans know. So here we are, third time doing this stupid room.
Everyone had to take notes, dude. Yeah, this time is kind of interesting though, because we don't have carry. Like, we don't have carry out, and yeah, it's actually better to do it with Fleep. So movement's actually kind of unique, which I like.
Yeah, it just kind of, it's not really that it's different per se, it's just the cycles are a little bit different because you don't use carry, but
it feels different. Like when you're playing, it feels different. Like looking at it, it's like, oh, it's just kind of the same thing. But like when you're playing, Luigi is so slippery, so like the movement feels really different.
Shout out to JCR and the Value-thon incident.
I was gonna say,
JCR, would you care to explain?
Yeah, this is the part of every commentary that I do where I get to bring up my finest moment. And yeah, I was on Twitch front page doing a marathon for this game, and I did not say no to Dementia, so I game over. But I had a 8-4 save file, so it was okay.
So here's what I was talking about earlier. You can use an Ice Storm, and then you can Luigi jump Dementia a few extra times without having the tonic. So that's the other strat. This strat with the tonic, it's pretty simple. You just kind of Luigi jump them as many times as you can. I think it's 5 times.
It's
4 or 5.
Yeah, I got kind of unlucky here where I did that and then I messed up and he duplicated again, and then
I don't know if you got unlucky or just sucked on that one.
I sucked and then I got unlucky, which is kind of the sucky part.
Yeah, bro. If I get that
So a little mixture of both, but overall, like, not a bad fight. I got pretty decent RNG until the end.
Yeah, and that was still a good 8-3.
We can still get like a 3. Like, we can still PB this by over a minute, I think. So let's run with that.
Yeah. So all things considered, pretty good. 8 dashes, like Zach said. And so we're kind of I want you guys to kind of take like a nice look at the splits right now. Like, I have a 344.53 BPT, and I'm already losing time to Sob right now. 4 seconds. Start losing time.
Well, no, I'll save just a small.
And so the next 2 splits are some of the craziest splits that make up this PB.
It's still very much alive.
The D1 performance that I put on in 8-4 and the final bosses is probably some of my finest gameplay in my entire time of running SPM.
Yeah, if I save all my time, save on the final bosses, but
one thing I wanted to add to that is anytime you enter 8-4, right? You never assume you're gonna max your sum of best till the end. It's always like, like I'm gonna play like 30 seconds within, or like maybe 20 if I get like a really good black, a good super dimensional, and a good level, right? But
We'll see.
Castle does something different. He plays 2 seconds within, which is absolutely insane. So we're gonna see how all of that happens. Or wait,
Actually, play within 4 seconds faster.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, I thought you were saying that. Oh, I thought you were saying it was 3 seconds below 345.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
had
so
one of those
this
guys
is
hit,
insane.
had one of those guys hit me right there, it would have been over.
Okay, one thing I want to say, this is flipless right here. I want to say a lot of things, so just give me a second here. So he's doing something called flipless, 8-4 here. He flips. So one flip. It's not called flipless. It's called one flip. You flip there and you kind of jump across these blocks and stay in 3D the entire time. Just to save like half a second or something. And then this room, you can actually get on carry really fast and jump across to this platform, and that saves like 10 seconds or something. We used to Dudley jump it, but no one likes Dudley jumps, so we kind of took them out. One other thing, though, is let's just think about this for a second. So Castle has done how many runs? 2,100 something?
2,600.
2,600. I don't know how much you finished. Have you finished like 100 of them, or?
We finished like
runs?
well from sub 4 onwards. I've finished 29 runs according to my splits, and so
Okay, so out of those 29 runs since sub 4, right? If you take all 29 of them and you combine them all together from after 8-3 until the end, he played 4 seconds faster than that. Like, isn't that actually insane to think about? Like,
One last
that's pretty crazy.
it
It's
is.
so crazy.
I guess
And it just
technically,
happened to be on
I guess
the run that was
technically
on pace.
3 seconds because I do lose a second in the final split, but
Right. So Castle opts to do 2 Dudley jumps here. There is a carry strat as well. It requires 2 like really well timed jumps. So Castle just prefers to do the Dudley jumps. They're the same speed, so you can pick one or the other.
yeah, we've kind of touched on this earlier that like there's a lot of different ways to speedrun, and the way I've opted to is to do strats that I can do and not strats that I'm going to miss quite a bit often. Sometimes it's better to go for the fast strats if you like need something good. It's like a last resort just to save that extra little bit of time. But for a run like this, a lot of it is just coming down to playing with inconsistency. I really do think I could get a 343 if I were to just do a little bit of strat updating, plus just some like overall more consistency in certain spots, and just it's really just like holding it together in chapter 5, getting at least some of that average tonicless time save, along with just getting like an even better peach skip. Like, well, we're like talking like sub 6 here, so it's like it's kind of nuts.
A little too far, but that's fine.
Here, this maze is pretty simple. You just kind of have to remember where to go. There's an ultra shake chest here. Castle opts to skip it because he knows he doesn't need it. No one actually opens that chest.
It's good if you're a newer runner to the game. If you want to like just like confirm that you'll finish out your run,
Taking off the headset.
be a good option. So I actually opted to do something interesting on the stairs here. Is I jump up the stairs with carry, and then I switch to duck jumps up here. I found this to be a lot faster than what I usually get on those stairs. So as you can tell, it really did work out in my favor. I golded by about a second. And so that kind of puts me within that 345.01 BPT. And so this is just the first little bit of the biggest turnaround of my speedrun career. The Count Bleck fight is insane. There is a super shake. It's in the room before them, though, I think.
Deal, guys.
So it's out of the first room. But the Count Bleck fight has a lot of RNG. It's very manageable. I don't know how this works out, by the way. Like look at this.
I was gonna say, well, so that part's interesting. You have to hit him 3 times, and then he starts the next thing, and then you have to hit him 1 time, and then he starts the next thing. Fun fact: when he throws those portals, if the portal is in the air for too long, it actually gets stuck. So you want to make sure he throws it towards the ground or you run into it. So,
Zach, would you like to explain your the 400 incident?
It's those guys.
Oh yes, I would like to explain it, but I'm trying to remember what happened exactly. How did I soft lock? I'm trying to remember.
You
Black
so
despawned.
The portal was shot like straight right. You followed it all the way, and then Black despawned pretty much off screen.
Despawn. Oh right, because so I went all the way to the right. I went in the portal, and he was off screen. So then he couldn't move to me. Is that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, he just couldn't move because he didn't exist.
It's so funny. I totally forgot how the soft lock happened. I just know it happened. So yeah, I was on like a 400, 401 pace or something, and soft locked, and I thought it was the best run ever, but then I was wrong because this castle run is pretty crazy right now. So I would say that was probably like, for me, like I wouldn't say exactly an equivalent, but it felt like an equivalent to something like this. I was on that kind of a pace, like a pretty damn good pace, and
especially for the time, like this was before SPM kind of became really optimized.
Yeah.
Something kind of
something really interesting. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Here, you're gonna watch me use Studley here to double hit Black Blaze speeds. Both hits do just under 50 damage. So by hitting him about 3 times with Studley, you can do about 120.
Yes.
Because I'm at
Dude.
I'm just under.
Oh my gosh.
If I were to have 50 attack,
Oh my gosh.
or if I were to have like one more attack level up, I'd be at 50 attack, and you could do the fight in 3 hits. But unfortunately,
I got really
you're just
lucky
one
that
too
he
low.
thought that he decided
So
to up
48
my, like,
times
air
3
around
is,
the ground pound.
I don't know, like 136 or something.
144.
144, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And
yeah,
so-
44.
By doing that with the first hit you saw me do with Carry, you're able to finish up this fight really fast. I personally like doing the Thubley Strap more,
Dude.
just because it's a little bit easier to, you don't have to get quite as precise of a melt on him. Takes a few less
I
hits,
have to gold this.
and it rotates into the Super Dementio fight pretty well. So you need Thubley out anyways. So overall, though, that was a pretty solid Black fight. I played my
And you
cards
rolled
pretty well.
that by how? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that I played my cards really well in that fight.
Yeah, that was really good. I was gonna ask how much did you gold it by? It's kind of hard for me to see.
I haven't golded. I haven't finished. I have the two splits together, so I haven't actually finished the split
Oh,
yet.
right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Then.
Like, that's crazy.
But I think this gold's by like 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's Super Dementio, the final boss. So you'll notice right here, he's gonna hit him a few times. You have to hit him 3 times, and then the cutscene advances. So the goal here is to hit him 3 times as quickly as you can.
So just a little note on this fight is that this fight was originally changed by Zach's tonicless route. But what I do is an abridged version of said route, where you just don't buy the extra tonic for this fight because you don't need it. It saves about 7 seconds in Enter Chapter 5, while also allowing us to still have a pretty fast Super Dementio fight with Studley. Using the tonic takes a fair bit of time, and so you can just spend that time getting the extra few hits you kind of need on Super Dementio. I believe Super Dementio has 200 HP. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And so this is like the point where if we do not have 300,000 points, like the run is gonna be, we're gonna have a hard Super Dementio.
Oh, it's only just an extra couple extra hit or 2. I don't think it'd be too bad.
Well, I think you only do like 16 damage if you don't hit the head, which for most hits you don't.
Right.
So you get cut down like after 4 hits you've lost 1. So it's like probably like 3 or 4 hits extra that you'd have to do.
Mm-hmm. Which definitely you would not be acceptable for this kind of run.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have got 344.
I'm very, very happy I ended up going and practicing this fight at some point a while back to kind of just get a better feel for it. This was a very good Super Dementio fight with very little errors. This is pretty much like one of the best wrap-up splits you can get in a run. I don't think I'll pull this ever again.
Okay, we gotta wrap this
Well, I probably will, but
Come on.
Yeah, you
Down
can
the line,
get a
but-
faster Bleck, I think, with the
Yeah.
3 hits during the dash. But okay, so anyways, here he jumps into Super Dementrio, then just starts stealthy jumping. So that jump is pretty precise. You have to damage boost in. And then now he just kind of, and sorry, I said stealthy jump, not that kind of stealthy jump. Stealthy ground pound. So just does a bunch of them till he wins, and
Please.
there
here
you
we go. Run is done. If we
And,
ended time on Super Dementrio final hit, this would be a sub 340.
I've been telling everyone, bro. It's not too late to change the leaderboards. Sorry, I shouldn't promote my funny idea to run. Anyways.
But just like that, Super Dementrio is done.
Gosh, dude.
I just want to quickly go over kind of just like how crazy that this run
gosh.
was again. Like,
Oh my god.
there was very minimal time loss. 2.5 minutes lost to Sob in an SPM run is
We did it.
absolutely like
actually
insane.
Oh my god.
There was a lot of things that went really, really well in this run, and I probably didn't deserve to get a 30-40 for the way I did, to be honest. But
This is a 3
like, all things considered, this is probably like the best speedrun I've ever done in my entire life. Like, this is a crazy run.
Gosh.
A lot of people made this run happen. It wasn't all me. Just the progress from the community
Oh my
from
gosh.
over the last few years, and just a lot of just, you know, hard work and grinding went into this. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm very satisfied to see a goal that Zach was the one who actually came up with, not me. I'm not even original here. I'm glad to fulfill that goal before I kind of leave streaming for a few years.
I
So
cannot believe this is gonna be a 344.
You're leaving streaming for a few years?
we'll just one on my
Oh gosh,
mission. That's all.
thank you for the 5.
Oh, right, yeah.
Holy crap.
I was like, bro got the 344 and he's dashing.
Retired speedrunner.
I cannot believe you
Yeah, bro.
won. This was
Pulling the N
this
Flash
is a
8 and
run.
disappearing for
The
6
344
years.
Along with the Owen 118. Moonrise, thank you for the 5 bits.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any final comments or anything, but
Honestly,
That
just
was
to echo what you
insane.
said, I mean, this particular run is like years and years and years of hard work from you, and like you mentioned, the
Thanks
entire
so
community.
much.
Just like
all the bits, all
for
the views.
the run for the 80% time to have gotten to this point,
Oh my
like
God.
a 344.59.
Otherwise I would.
I mean, even
You
when
should ping again for
we made
344,
the record progression video, I think it was like a 353 at that time.
This is-
It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy that it's changed that much just since then.
Until
And you know, just in 2019, that was when you guys were, you know, getting like sub 410. I'm pretty sure. It's like, it's just so crazy how much time has been saved. It's awesome to see, and you know, I'm so happy for the entire community for that.
I'll dab in just a second. I just need to get through the text smashing.
yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I think for me, final comments would kind of just be like, yeah, this run is pretty crazy. Like, I know that, like, the thing with speedrunning is, like, more things are always found, right? And then, you know, like, there's going to be, like, a 7-minute time save found or something, like, maybe next week. And, you know, we're just going to forget about this run. But we shouldn't forget about this run, because this run is really good for its time, right? So I think we should kind of, like, you know, remember this run and hold on to it, because it's like 344. The strats known at the time is very, very good. You know, like, we're gonna have a 7-minute time save found, and then maybe someone will get like a 341 while Castle's like gone away, and we'll be like, oh my gosh, 341, this is so crazy. But it's like, let's remember this run is like actually like nuts. So that's kind of my final comment. Yeah, like, really good consistency across the whole run. You know, like, there's definitely mistakes, of course, but like, there's no, like, you know, like, major like time losses that kind of like throw the run away or anything like that. And that it's just so hard over 4 hours to not make like even 10 of those mistakes. So
344 was an
yeah, that's my final comment.
Something we also pointed out earlier was that we're closer to a 3:30 than we are as like a 4-hour now, which is kind of insane.
Wow, I never thought
You
about
have to
that.
let that sink in for a second. Like,
That's crazy.
another thing too is actually like this is the first 5-minute barrier that Zach hasn't broken since 2019,
There's time save Moonrise.
Right.
or like since like 2020, I guess. But
Since the 405, you're saying, right?
Yeah, because I got 405, then you got 404, first sub 4. Then you got 354, 348, so that's 4 in a row.
It's all like small stuff.
You broke the streak, man.
I broke the streak.
It's all.
Unless we retime it to a 345, then we'll start doing a run right now.
If we did that, I'd do a run right now too, to be honest. Like,
yeah. And then see, I would get a 344, and then you would get like a 342.
342. Bro, I just gold every split in the run.
It'll be close.
No, I was just referencing I get like the 411 or whatever.
Yeah.
You get like a 409 or something.
412.10 versus the 409.37.
Or yeah, 412.10, yeah.
If a 7-minute time save is found next week, I'll give Zach 10 subs. Okay, Zach, we gotta find 8-1 early tomorrow.
I'll take you up on that one, bro. 10 subs, that's a lot of money, bro. That's like 50, or that's like
$25.
That's like 25 bucks for me, bro, and 25 for my buddy Jeff Bezos, dude. So, you know, that's a lot of cash. Okay. Anyways,
here comes the end. May we meet again in another time and place.
GG's, man.
344.
There it is.
GG's. Thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, that was Super Paper Mario any percent 344 59.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm very happy with this time. I think the community is very satisfied. I'm really grateful we got to do this showcase here today with the three of us commentating. Thank you guys obviously for coming on and commentating with me. It was lots of fun and great to see some insight from a few others who have ran this game for quite a long time and have been able to see so much the progress made over the last like 10 years at this point. Like,
let's open that hype chest.
It's absolutely insane to me how far this game has come. Something I've been thinking about a little bit is like this record could last a really, really long time.
It could, yeah.
There's a non-0% chance that if you don't come back, this record will last until I get back. Unless something new is found, obviously, which I would not doubt at all. Something being found, right?
It could last 3 years, or it could last like three
weeks,
3
bro,
days.
I know. Yeah, like
It's
absolutely
last
insane.
3 days, bro. We find a 7-minute time save, you know what I mean? But it's like, to be honest, we don't have much leads on time save, right? Because it's like before, I feel like we had a lot of leads.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this is what we could find. We found all the pixel skips, right? We're like, okay, like we could still skip Slim. We could still skip Carry. We skipped all of them, right? It's like we don't have any like leads on big time saves. Like, it seems like it's mostly just going to be optimizations, and that's the thing is like we can't just optimize to 339. I don't think we can. We
No,
might,
definitely not.
Like
Maybe some of the
I mean, like, yeah, like I don't know. So it's like this 5-minute barrier looks like really good, and it looks like we're not going to see a 5-minute barrier for a while until we find something major, right? But we just don't know what that is, basically. So.
Yeah, but I encourage all of you, if you aren't already in the SPM server, I'll do the command again. It's also pinned in the chat. Join the SPM server. I'm sure like I won't be doing runs for like the next 2 months, to be honest. Like I might be back for like 1 week, but I won't be around very often, and then I'm not sure how often I'll be doing runs when I get back, but I'm sure you'll see some runs from Zach and JCR in the coming months as well.
Promises, but at some point, yeah, at some point I'll do runs again. Yeah.
Oh, I messed up the screenshot.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys, I would highly encourage you guys to continue looking at SPM speedrunning if you haven't done so already. This game is fantastic. There's a lot to be done in this game still. Don't get me wrong. There's like other categories. There's still some improvement left in any percent that I'm sure if someone wanted to come and do it, then they could. And I encourage all of you watching right now to push to break this time, whether it be through glitch hunting, doing runs yourself, looking for small optimizations, whatever it may be. I truly believe that when the community comes together, like it has in the past, that we have the potential to unlock tons of new time saves in this game and to break those barriers that we never thought were possible. We never thought sub 4 was possible. And after sub 4 was found, we already knew that sub 355 was possible. Sub 350 as well. And so
350 file time as well.
yeah, I know that was a big W. Like I was actually so hyped about that.
Awesome.
It's lots to be done still. So, stay tuned. I'm sure there will be more people doing SPM runs besides the three of us here in call today. So, be on the lookout. Yeah, there's not really much else to say, but thank you all for watching, obviously. I'm sure I had a lot of fun. I'm sure these two had a lot of fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Talking about their most embarrassing moments in Chapter 8.
It's too late. I took the screenshot.
That's just me, honestly.
Well, I mean, me with my soft lock, so.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
One was someone's fault, and one was not really someone's fault. So. We're not gonna say who was at fault.
We'll leave it up to the
You
people.
can judge that for yourself. Was it Zach for finding this new soft lock that no one knew about during his run, or was it JCR for hitting yes 5 times in a row for some reason? You guys leave a comment. Tell us in the comments.
Drop a comment in the comment section below.
This will be uploaded to YouTube. I actually forgot to hit the record button, so I will have to download the Twitch VOD, but it will be up later tonight, hopefully. So
Yeah.
the full thing will be posted on YouTube. But yeah, do you have any raid suggestions? Because I don't really have any.
Sure. Yeah. Let me look.
Let me take a look. I actually don't.
I don't know. There's a Mario 64 16-star runner that I watch sometimes. He's trying to beat the record to get $11,000, so maybe you could rate him. His name is XAndre64.
You
He's
want
like
to
56 years, so 20 would be nice. 20 extra.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
So XAndrey 64.
Oh yeah, I got it. I did not type /raid for that. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go drop some love and support from the SPM community and from me as well. Make sure to drop a follow. Again, shoutouts to Zach and JCR for commentating with me. Their links to their Twitch channels and their YouTube channels will be in the YouTube description. So make sure to drop them some love and support too. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace!
Peace.